He was fired yesterday over a contract.
Mother O'Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Great Paul Well in Lynchburg, Virginia. How are you?
Good morning, Go to hell!
Free your mind.
Well, good morning, and a chilly start to the morning. It's cold.
Yeah, it
What are
is 4 degrees.
I'm showing 2 here in Marcy, but we have different apps. I wonder
Yeah,
how they
so
do that.
I've got 0 in Oriskany, 5 in Utica, 1 below in Rome, and 4 in New York Mills.
All right, that's cool.
So it's a little bit of a fluctuation. It certainly is or could be close to 2 here in Marcy.
Well, Marcy, they're saying 2, but you know what? It's interesting as you get near the water. Sometimes that can be a little bit on the cooler side. So either way, it's single-digit cold, and to the North Country, probably even colder here this morning. So be aware of that. We had a lot to do.
I'm sick of
over
the
the
snow. It snowed all weekend at my house.
We did not. We got a little bit of snow, but not much.
All weekend long. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, it's rough.
You can put my dampers on. I don't know what to say.
I don't
It's
know.
just
Dampers?
stressful.
Sure where you are.
Ugh.
I don't know what vampers are.
Close the damper. Close the
Oh, the
damper.
dampers.
The fire's getting too much heat.
Well, this is I've never lived in Rome, but I can say when I delivered there for the last 2 winters. Last year in particular, I'm telling you, it snowed every day in Rome.
Well, you're in that. You're right at that part, especially north of Rome, where you're right in that little snow belt, lake effect, and that's kind of what we're going to be dealing with today in some areas.
However,
today, but it's going to warm up as the week goes on.
sir.
But then you go further, and it seems like a short little warm up, and then we go further, and it's right back to cold weather. I'm thinking we can all be pretty confident that you'll have your white Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It would be not even a sloppy one. It looks like about 25 the high or something as of right now. I don't know what.
I'm sure it'll change 5 times before then.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, we got winter early this year, at least as far as the snowfall and the cold goes. And typically you get a January thaw, right? Well, maybe this is our January thaw. Maybe that's coming early as well. Because we're looking at my app. I don't know what yours says. My app says 50 on Friday, 46 on Thursday.
Yeah.
What's it say for the high Friday?
It is. It's going to. Takes me a little bit to.
Well,
get there.
it'll be at least mid 40s, upper 40s. We can't have that much difference.
I am showing 45 for Friday, 46 for Thursday, but then we go back into the 20s for the footforeseeable future. So
yeah,
we'll see where it ends up. All right. I'm through the night. We've been following this Rob Reiner story, which is terrible, and now we have word that it was Rob Reiner's son, 32-year-old son, who stabbed his parents to death.
That's confirmed. The last I heard that he was thought to have been involved.
According to TMZ, director Rob Reiner this morning and wife Michelle were stabbed to death in their home yesterday. It's an ongoing investigation. Sources say now they were murdered by their 32-year-old son, Nick. Rob became famous by playing Michael on All in the Family, of course, in the 1970s. Here is a quick scene of he and Archie Bunker going at it.
Hold it! What are you doing here? What? What about the other foot? There ain't no sock on it. I'll get to it. Don't you know that the whole world puts on a sock and a sock and a shoe and a shoe? I like to take care of 1 foot at a time. It's just as quick my way. Wait a minute, that ain't the point. Suppose there's a fire in the house and you gotta run for your life. Your way, all you got on is 1 shoe and a sock. My way, you got on a sock and a sock. You see, you're even. Suppose it's raining or snowing outside. Your way, with a sock on each foot, my feet would get wet. My way, with a sock and a shoe on 1 foot, I could hop around and stay dry.
I agree with him.
And by the way, I just want to say that this feed here that I have is telling me that it was the Sun. I'm looking at other news outlets that have not confirmed that. I just want to warn you.
Yes, and that includes Fox at the top of the hour saying they'd like to talk to him, essentially.
The son of the noted writer, director, and comedian Carl Reiner. He first attracted attention as Michael. Oh, sorry, that's Rob Reiner. Nonetheless, and TMZ doesn't have that as of yet. But that is what is. Let me see where they're crediting this story here, and see if they even do. Okay, MSN is reporting it was their son. They have exclusive sources. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead in their home, and their son, Nick, is now being questioned by police. Reiner and his wife, according to, this is, I know you're going to say what you're going to say, but they say, according to exclusive sources, they were killed by their son.
That's the son that he had with Penny Marshall, Bill.
Yeah.
I never knew he was married to Penny Marshall.
I didn't either.
Until they said that last night on the TMZ report.
And that was his first wife.
Yes.
Which I did not know. They say at about 3:30 p.m., the L.A. Fire Department was called to the home to provide medical aid. Upon arrival, they found a man, 78, and a woman, 68, dead. Sources confirm the victims were the Reiners. Police say 32-year-old Nick is alive and being questioned. No arrests have been made as of yet, but sources are telling MSN that he is the murderer, which would kind of fit into the storyline, right? That there was no forced entry or anything like that. Whoever came in probably knew the two of them, and boy, this is just and you wonder what's going to come out. Are we going to hear some? First of all, I understand that you can have, like the Menendez brothers, perfect case.
Yeah.
And I don't certainly want to jump to conclusions on this case, but, their claim was they were treated very terribly.
Sexually abused, molested.
Sexual abuse as well, and that they felt like they just couldn't get out, so they had to kill their parents. That's the story. But is there at any point, is there a time where it's okay to take matters into your own hands? The answer to that is no.
Right.
Unless, I guess, you're trying to escape imminent danger, and that's probably not the case here.
Unless whatever the horrific thing is about to happen again.
Right. We're about to harm you or kill you.
Right. But you mentioned the Menendez brothers. I mean, that was.
And by the way, what would not include there would be we're going to cut you off financially.
Correct. It's not a horrific act of violence or mistreatment.
Yeah. Wow. Let me get with Evan Brown. Oh, this is the Brown. This is just a terrible weekend. You had the shooting in Australia, and then of course Brown University. By the way, Davey, the Bills hotel was right over near Brown. I know Providence well as I worked there, and let's see if we can find out with Evan Brown what the latest is on that shooting at the Ivy League school. Evan Brown, good morning.
Good morning.
So, what do we know as of this morning on the shooting? I know that they had someone of interest, but they let that person go because they didn't have evidence, or they don't feel they had the right guy.
It appears as if they don't feel that this is the person that they were looking for. And so that person has since been released, and that the shooter is considered to still be at large.
Wow.
So this has become a major source of frustration between the public and law enforcement and the leadership in Providence, Rhode Island, and for the state of Rhode Island as well. That they just they don't seem to have much to go on, and the only image that they have released of a suspect is one from a nearby security camera, as there doesn't seem to have been any security cameras inside the building, or at least not ones that caught a picture of this.
Yeah.
But the image is just not very clear in terms of who we're looking at here. It's
far away. It's somewhat, it seems to be wearing a hoodie.
Long angle and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just. at least from what is being shared publicly, there isn't much to go on, and there's a lot of frustration over this. In a day and age where there's cameras everywhere, they just don't have something.
And interestingly, they've had this happened Saturday, over late Saturday, right, when the shooting occurred. So they've had all day yesterday to kind of figure things out, and one would think that at this point you'd be petitioning businesses and public cameras, etc., to be able to find some sort of a timeline and a visual on this person.
Well, I think certainly they've been soliciting anyone that may have something to please submit it. But the reality is that the shooter may have exited in a way that was just away from any cameras. It's not every street in America has a bunch of ring cams that can see the sidewalk. So that's part of the problem. But the other part of the problem is the security on the campus itself. The campus did not have a lot of cameras. Didn't seem to have cameras in this particular building. And police also haven't yet said anything which could have been a motivation. They've been very quiet as to releasing a description of the gunman. They have not said anything about race. They have not said anything about, according to some witnesses, that this gunman shouted something in the classroom before shooting. They won't say what that was. Or what language it might have been in. And there is a lot of speculation. Nothing, of course, confirmed. But the class that was attacked was a review class for an upcoming exam, and that professor was Jewish or is Jewish.
Okay.
I think that's
and
right.
that is, and it was obviously it was in Australia. The attack was on a Jewish Hanukkah celebration.
Yeah.
So, wow. And then there is one other takeaway here. This is the second big case in just the last few months where police had someone in custody and everybody was going to they got their guy, and they ended up releasing that person. And I think the bombing in Atlanta during the Olympics was a big lesson for everybody. Be careful reporting that somebody is quote the guy before we really know it.
Correct. I mean, there's a lot of, and I blame the social media atmosphere for this, because you basically have a lot of amateurs running around repeating things over and over again, and people take it as gospel. And of course, things like AI are fed by what's going on social media. So then, if you ask an AI, hey, did they catch the guy? You get the wrong answer from the AI. So it's not a good scenario. Police, you may have criticisms about how they're proceeding here, but they have said we have someone in custody. They had not said that they had caught the guy, but other people were saying that. That's the problem.
And with all due respect, I do completely agree on the point about social media, but I do have to say with the Atlanta bombing, that was a rush, I think, from mainstream media to get the first.
I mean, my point was we've kind of learned a lesson that you got to be.
It was also,
careful.
Going on 30 years ago at this point.
2 years ago.
But hold on, Kash Patel, I would point the finger at him for the one with the Charlie Kirk shooting. And then what we're seeing this morning with Rob Reiner, we just discussed. Some outlets are saying the son is the one who did it, and others are saying there's a family member who's being interviewed.
Well, MSN says they have an exclusive witness saying that it is the son. So the responsible thing to do is for everybody, and I'll let you speak to this, Evan, far better than me, but the other outlets, until they get that exclusive source or can quote MSN as the source, then you just go with what you have. You don't have to.
Well, that's the responsible thing to do.
Right.
To cite the source that is saying it, or to confirm it yourself. Not simply repeat things that have come across your eyes, because it may not be true, or it may not hold up later on. And so that's the danger in just simply repeating things. And if you're doing this for a living, you want to do a better job at it.
No doubt about it. All right, Evan, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Have a great day. Evan Brown with Fox News Radio. Even here locally, there was a story recently where in media accounts were quoting scanner reports, and that's usually something that we have strayed away from because those reports can sometimes be very deceiving.
Yes.
And it's basically officers, emergency responders talking back and forth, and we normally don't report on that. But I was quite surprised to see that we did locally on that story, but I'm not even going to get into it. Okay, then there was the release of the video, and that is now out. And you also have body cam video that has been released on the mayor's situation in the city of Rome. That altercation between the two. We'll play some of the video, which doesn't have audio, and then talk about it. Next hour, we'll speak with Mayor Lanigan's attorney, Bob Julian, who I think had, in just my opinion, I thought that was a brilliant way of putting an end to this, and that is saying to protect the city of Rome and to prevent a civil lawsuit against the city, that the Mayor Lanigan would plead guilty. And we'll talk about that on the other side.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Jeff Lanigan on Friday, actually, and I have not seen the video yet. Can we watch that here?
I've seen it.
And I'll react to it. I'd love to know your thoughts on it.
Yeah. Watch the video, and we can kind of walk right through it. But at the same time...
it's the old Keeler thing. I wanted to watch it live for the first
do it
time
live.
on the show.
Yeah, that's a good
show.
idea. Save it for the air is the phrase we tend to use. Let's see if we can get Lance in here to watch it with us. That would be really nice. Quick break. You do an update on news coming up next at WIBX.
We have mostly cloudy skies, just 4 degrees. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 6:40. This news update is brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. Tragedy has struck Hollywood. Famed director Rob Reiner is dead at the age of 78. Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead inside their home in LA's Brentwood neighborhood on Sunday, the apparent victims of a stabbing. Authorities have yet to confirm multiple reports that detectives are questioning a family member, Reiner's son, in connection with those deaths. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is blaming the Australian government for encouraging anti-Semitism. His comments come after Sunday's shooting at a Jewish celebration at a popular Sydney beach that left at least 15 dead and dozens wounded. Netanyahu said that Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's policies, including the recognition of a Palestinian state in September, have encouraged, quote, Jew hatred. Police in Providence, Rhode Island, releasing from custody the person of interest in connection with Saturday's mass shooting at Brown University that killed 2 people and left 9 injured. Mayor Brett Smiley of Providence, in a late-night news conference, said that the man was being released with an investigation into the shooting still ongoing. The Trump administration has until Friday to release the so-called Jeffrey Epstein files. The deadline was set under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, passed by Congress last month to make public records of the late sex criminal who allegedly trafficked underage girls. Epstein committed suicide in police custody in 2019. Smitty, John Cena says he's stepping out of the ring once and for all. The 17-time WWE champion fought his last battle Saturday night, tapping out after being put in a sleeper hold by 3-time Austrian champ Gunther. The 48-year-old recently signed a 5-year deal to be a WWE ambassador. And Bill, tonight's Powerball drawing is worth more than $1 billion. $1 billion. No one matched all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing, so the already massive jackpot has jumped yet again and now stands at $1.1 billion.
That's big.
It's huge.
That's huge, Tom.
Some say it's the biggest.
Yeah. One other quick story that we can talk about as well this morning is the Vanderbilt quarterback, Diego Pavia. Did you see his comments ripping the Heisman committee?
No.
Heisman voters, F all the voters, he said, before later apologizing. He said, basically, they don't know what they're doing, F them, and he went on and on. Now he is apologizing, saying he had lost control. Another good example of having that media right there at your fingertips.
Yeah.
That can go out to the world when your anger is at its height and you go from finger to keyboard to the world. And
You know
it's
what?
that, and it's that easy. And now, I mean, it was a really bad look for him.
You know why he did that? It's because every time he scored a touchdown, rushed a touchdown in, he did the pose.
Is that what he was known for? I didn't even know that.
He did the Heisman pose after every touchdown.
Then somebody needs to. That's parenting. Give me a freaking break. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing that for?
All right.
Because he thought he was going to win.
Well, he didn't, though, did he?
No, the Indiana youngster Mendoza won.
That's wild, too. Think of how good Indiana football's been. That's a school known for basketball.
And he
A school known for bad football.
And he transferred in from California ever since Sagetti became head coach from coming over from the other place where he was.
Yeah.
Indiana's been nonstop. I think Indiana's going to make it all the way to the national championship.
Wow.
Boy, that would help in this case, right? A quick check of the weather here from Ray Stajic.
Advisories and lake effect snow warnings are west and north, and they will expire. Now, some of them not until tomorrow afternoon, especially in Lewis County and parts of Jefferson County. So in the snow belts where most of the heaviest snow will be today, maybe a few snow showers here. Mid-20s, so cold day. Overnight tonight, some snow showers and dropping down to about 10. Obviously, the North Country will be colder. Partial sun, upper 20s tomorrow. We get past freezing, maybe 40 Wednesday with a chance of rain showers. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy skies and 4 degrees
I
at 6:45.
I will we'll watch this video, and then if you want to comment, 315-736-0186. And then next hour at 7:15, we'll speak with attorney Bob Julian on the issue. Robert Smullen is in announcing his run for Congress. We'll get to that. Oneida County Sheriff Rob Machel doing something really big here for us. And
I clicked on the video, and it's Lanigan approaching Brown, and I put my hand over it because I don't want to see it until I'm on the air to talk about it.
We'll watch it coming up next to WIBX.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Which room is next for you? The bedroom? Your kitchen? The living room? Hi, this is Kira Meelan from Meelan's Carpet One. What's holding back that next home project? Is it budget? We have flooring choices for any budget and financing options available. Maybe it's inspiration. If so, come and talk to our experienced design team. We're here to help you get unstuck. Maybe you're putting off redoing a room because you're worried about spills and accidents. Whether it's a pet in training or a growing family, we have flooring solutions that can withstand anything life has to throw at it. We have incredibly durable tile options and 100% water-resistant carpeting that's both beautiful and practical. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Meelan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
In a world that often feels divided, we choose Christ, compassion, community. At the Good News Foundation, faith is more than belief. It's a way of living, loving, and lifting up one another. We offer programs designed to bring healing, hope, and connection to people at every stage of life. Whatever path you're on, we're here to walk with you. Good News Foundation, sharing faith, offering hope, and serving others.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
A couple things, Davey. They're saying that what's his name? Carl Reiner, who is right now being questioned by police. MSN is reporting that he actually is the person who is the murderer and killed his parents. That he is, his current wife is what? His current wife What's her name?
Michelle Reiner.
Michelle
Michelle Reiner.
I think that the Carl Reiner and Estelle Reiner are children, and I believe it's from Michelle, the deceased, the current wife. I believe Carl is the son of
Michelle.
Rob and Michelle. Yeah. And Penny Marshall, they had a daughter back, I think they were married back in the early 70s. So that we'll talk more about and see if top of the hour, let's see what Fox does, if they're going to confirm that this kid is being wanted. It is saying, though, that he has struggled with drugs and alcohol abuse and that is oftentimes homeless. So there may be a mental health thing going on here. We'll see what happens. But terrible, terrible story.
Yeah, and you got the comment from Sue. Is that what you're talking about?
Sue
she says Nick Ryan
is not Penny Marshall's. They only have a daughter. I was just grabbing that online. It was reported that Nick battled drug abuse and was often unhoused. So, yeah.
All right. So you want to do the video now or the Bills?
And then I did want to just make one comment on the Bills, and that is be careful about celebrating too early. Right, and here's the thing: the Patriots literally practiced on Friday to deal with the Bills in the second half. That
really?
There was an interview with what's his name, their coach, and he said we actually practiced and focused on the fact that the Bills come back in the second half.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel, yeah.
Yes, and well, that didn't help, did it? And then all I can tell you is some of the celebrations going on when the Patriots were up 21-0 in the first half were a little much. Why do they do these stupid skits? They clearly work them out and practice them. They're so stupid. And there you are doing your little antics, and what ends up happening? You end up losing the game. So be careful about celebrating too early. All right, in terms of the video, this is the video of the Rome Mayors, including Brown and Lanigan, at the Teucica Club. And you're watching the video. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I sent it to you in the email.
Yeah.
If you click it, it should pop right out. Hours after Mayor admits guilt. Okay, so here we go. This is Jeff Lanigan walking up to Mayor Brown. He's next to his vehicle. Oh, okay. He wraps his head around. He's talking to him. He's got his hand on his shoulder. Now they're face to face, like something's going to happen. He's got him kind of leaned up against the trunk of the vehicle. Okay, well, he's a little more handsy than I had expected, but he's just talking to him.
What I see is that he's actually puts his hands in a police way, the way that you would, and pushes in just a little bit against Brown to prevent Brown from either being able to push him back or to hit him or whatever.
Wow. Okay, you know what? I have to tell you this. Unless there's more here, Brown is already in the vehicle. Lanigan did kind of walk him to the door, but not.
It is definitely tempers are flared.
And then Lanigan marches off. He's obviously upset. Brown's rolling the window up now. Now Lanigan goes back. He's back in the window there. Brown's rolling the window up and down again. And now he puts it back up. And that's the end of it?
That's the video.
And now the vehicle drives off. Okay, I have to tell you this. I assumed when I first heard about this that when I heard that it was going to be a charge of harassment, which is just a violation, I assumed Jeff Lanigan caught a break, and that had this been Smitty or I involved in an altercation, or me and someone else, I would have been charged with assault. It would have been a bigger deal as far as charges or consequences go. Based on what I just watched, if that's the whole video, if I was involved with a friend of mine or a person in a parking lot at a golf course, the police would not even have been called, and that is a nothing issue. There would have been no charges filed. That is just two guys heated. They're upset. They exchange words.
I think
put
the
his
fact
hand
that
on his shoulder.
he put his hands on him, and then he does at the very part at the
Where he-
now. I also
they're
think there's
face-to-face
something
yelling. He's up against the
something
trunk.
very interesting is the man that was talking to Brown is walking away with a bag in his hand, and whatever altercation was going on was not loud enough for the guy to even hear it and turn back around and look. Are you seeing the guy walk away?
Yeah.
Watch the guy as he's walking away. He does not turn around and even look. Now, there's this very point at the end where he's kind of pushing. He's got Brown up against the back of the vehicle.
Right.
And he pushes in and kind of puts some pressure on him.
Yeah.
And if you notice, he takes his hands and comes down, like his forearms come down over Brown's arms. So
Yes.
Brown can't lift his arms.
Right.
I feel like that's probably a police move. Because you're trying to prevent someone from maybe hitting you or doing something else with their arms. I don't know. I'm not a police officer.
It's not becoming of a mayor for sure, but
It is not a good look. There's no doubt about it, and I'm sure that Lanigan wishes this never happened.
What was described to me, though, that this doesn't even
But
near
it
what
is.
was
I
described
don't
to
see
me.
anything in where he threw him in and smashed his head up against some. There was some talk about that in the beginning. I don't see that.
What was Brown talking about with his arm? It was all bloody and taped up. There's
I
nothing.
don't know.
There's nothing here.
Nothing that we can see.
I don't understand the whole thing about his arm was all scraped up and scratched up.
And to be fair, I think the mayor's dissertation on what happened, his version, where I gently helped him into the car, I'm not sure that is necessarily accurate either. However, he didn't rough him up at all. There seems to be no physical harm or anything done to anybody physically here, except for he made sure Brown was getting in that car.
Yeah,
and I'm
again,
sure there were words.
Absolutely.
Clearly,
I'd
there were
love to hear
words, but,
audio
you know.
of what was said. That's for sure. But okay, wow, this is I
So your
originally
take is
assumed
a big nothing.
not becoming of a mayor, but this is much, much less than I thought it was.
Yeah.
What was described to me by some individuals.
And I do think the
including
move,
Jim Brown, I do have to say it. I talked about the conversation I had with Jim Brown when I ran into him. This is not what he described to me.
Well, Jim said this has been awful for him. The recovery, the dealing with the issue, the emotions of it all. He said it's been very, very difficult.
Wow.
Anybody want to comment? Lance, do you have a comment on this? Lance
sure
will
he
be
does.
upset that we don't think it's murder in the second. 315-736-0186. I will tell you that based on I've heard from several over the weekend on this, and I heard both. I thought it was bad. I thought it was really bad, and I've heard it was nothing. I've heard both sides, and I think if you're a supporter of Lanigan, you feel this was blown way out of proportion and it was nothing. If you are not a supporter of Lanigan, then you think it was bad. And I think there's a combination in there. I do think it's, as you called it, unbecoming of a mayor.
Yeah.
He can't be doing this.
Correct.
This can't be the way you handle things.
Yes.
And then but as for what was the charge? It was harassment.
Harassment, which is a violation. Yeah.
Which I guess this could have at some point been harassment based on what I was told by police officers. It could have been harassment based on what was said. If he said, I'm going to effing kill you if you don't get in this car, supposedly that could be considered harassment.
Oh, sure.
But we won't. But that's not in the evidence unless someone's testified to that, because the video doesn't show any audio.
Yeah. So again, you can't walk up to someone and address them that way, put your hands on them at all, right? Because there should be some consequence.
this all
for that,
does.
but I thought this was much
It all
more
comes from
than it's
things
not.
that Brown said about Lanigan on the radio. So interesting stuff. We will speak next hour with the attorney for Mayor Lanigan, Bob Julian, coming up here at WIBX.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. We are upstate New York's largest specialty retail bedding store chain, And we have New York State's largest selection of mattresses. Listen to this. Save up to $1,350 on names like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, Therapeutic, Simmons Beauty Rest Black, Serta Eye Comfort, Avocado, and more. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. No credit check payment plans available in a large selection of spa-grade massage chairs. With our guaranteed lowest price program, we beat any local advertised price on a mattress we carry. 3 stores to serve you in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus, in Oneida in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters, and a new store in Rome on Black River Boulevard in the Black River Plaza. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS or go to mattressexpressny.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
This is a Fox News alert. A famous movie director being mourned in Hollywood. I'm Dave Anthony. Rob Reiner first gained fame as an actor on TV.
Gloria, if I thought for 1 second that boy was my son.
He won Emmys for his role as Meathead on All in the Family. Then Reiner became an acclaimed director of movies, including Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally. Rob Reiner was 78. He and his wife, Michelle, were found stabbed to death in their Los Angeles home.
There are multiple reports that police are talking to a family member of the Reiners.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in L.A. says one of their children is reportedly a person of interest.
32-year-old Nick Reiner, his son, who has been open in the past about his struggles with drug addiction and mental health issues.
A mass shooter remains on the loose around Providence, Rhode Island.
A stunning turn of events here at Brown University when authorities last night at about 11:30 at night held that press conference and told the world that they had the wrong guy and are now looking for a person of interest, the gunman responsible for killing 2 students and wounding 9 other students at the engineering and physics building.
That's Fox's Brian Yennis. Even more people were gunned down on a beach in Australia.
I saw children falling to the floor, so elderly I saw, invalids I saw, people just, it was an absolute bloodbath, blood gushing everywhere.
He watched as 2 gunmen murdered 15 and wounded at least 38 more.
A father 50 years old and a son 24 targeted a park at Sydney's famous Bondi Beach, where there was an event with hundreds of people gathered to celebrate the first day of Hanukkah. Officials describe it as a terrible act of anti-Semitism. In fact, an act of terrorism against the Jewish community.
Fox's Greg Palcott. The father was killed by police, the son disarmed by a bystander and injured. President Trump vows retaliation in Syria after ISIS attack over the weekend killed 2 Americans. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
U.S. talks with Ukraine continue, trying to work out a peace plan to end Russia's war. The day after Special Envoy Steve Witkoff posted on social media, a lot of progress was made, meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who signaled he's ready to drop his attempt to join NATO as part of these negotiations. More trouble at France's famed Louvre Museum after an infamous jewel heist. It's closed today with workers on strike.
They're angry over what unions describe as increasingly degraded working conditions, poor pay, and a lack of staff. The unions also oppose a 45% increase in ticket prices due to come in next year. It'll only apply to visitors from outside the European Union, including the United States. The price hike is meant to help pay for renovations. The Louvre is still dealing with the fallout from October's jewel heist, in which $100 million worth of valuables were taken. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising for the Dow and the NASDAQ before this week's trading. On Sunday Night Football, Minnesota dunked Dallas 34-26. Earlier, the Kansas City Chiefs suffered two big losses.
Since Patrick Mahomes made his NFL debut late in the 2017 season, the Chiefs had won the AFC West every year, reached the Super Bowl 5 times, and won 3 of them. This season will not end with a championship.
Minshew to the air, and deep, and intercepted. It's picked off.
Courtesy CBS, Derwin James's interception sealed a 16-13 Chargers win, eliminating Kansas City from the playoffs. Gardner Minshew threw the interception because Mahomes left the game with what has now been confirmed to be a torn ACL. I'm Tim McMaster, Fox News.
Star Packers defender Micah Parsons suffered the same bad knee injury in Green Bay's 34-26 loss to Denver. The Broncos' 11th straight win, clinching a playoff berth. The LA Rams also clinched a spot in the postseason, beating Detroit. Buffalo snapped New England's 10-game win streak. Houston won a 6th game in a row. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 5 degrees in Utica, 6 in Herkimer, 1 below in the city of Rome. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. This news update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office is looking for the public's help locating a man who has been reported missing. He is 45-year-old James Tracy. He's not been seen or heard from by family in several months. James was last known to be residing in the Utica-Rome area. He's approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall, 150 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Oneida County Sheriff's Office. Meanwhile, Oneida County reminding short-term rental owners they must register their properties by January 1st in order to continue listing with online booking services. In accordance with a New York State law enacted earlier this year, Oneida County has established a registry for short-term rentals, including bookings facilitated through platforms like Airbnb, VBRO, Expedia, and TripAdvisor. Beginning January 1st, all short-term rental hosts must be registered with Oneida County before listing any property for rent. Hosts will be required to include their county-issued registration number in all advertisements and online listings. New York State is at risk of losing over $70 million in highway funding if it does not comply with a government order restricting the state from granting truck licenses to foreign drivers. Transportation officials say their review found that the state is more likely to break the law when issuing non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses to those with temporary legal status. New York State officials have said that New York follows all rules and checks every driver against federal databases when issuing CDLs. However, the state now has 30 days to conduct an internal check of its systems, and the Transportation Department has demanded it revoke any licenses that should not have been issued. And Rome Health being awarded $18.9 million through the statewide healthcare facility transformation program to advance healthcare information technology, cybersecurity, and telehealth across its network. That funding will allow Rome Health to implement an integrated electronic health record, which will replace 6 separate systems currently being used. That new system will help providers spend less time navigating multiple platforms and more time working with their patients. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:08. Your Weather Center forecast brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all of your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Visit johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information.
Advisories and lake effect snow warnings are west and north, and they will expire. Now, some of them not until tomorrow afternoon, especially in Lewis County and parts of Jefferson County. So in the snow belts where most of the heaviest snow will be today, maybe a few snow showers here. Mid-20s, so cold day. Overnight tonight, some snow showers and dropping down to about 10. Obviously, the North Country will be colder. Partial sun, upper 20s tomorrow. We get past freezing maybe 40 Wednesday with a chance of rain showers. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
5 in Utica, 6 in Herkimer, 1 below in Rome. It is 7:08. All right, in sports, it started ugly for the Buffalo Bills. In fact, they trailed 21-0. And renowned Patriots fan Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports.
I got to tell you, I was talking about the players. The fans were even worse. Could you imagine? Just go ahead. Sorry. This is unbelievable. And you're coming up on which channel here? You're on. Here it is.
We are destroying this team. Underdog. We were underdogs going into this game. I don't want to get too cocky. I don't want to get too loud.
Too late.
But nobody knows championship football more than this guy, more than these fans. I've seen it. I have 6 rings. And you're telling me Buffalo's better than us? This is our division. This is our league. And we're back. We're not beating this team. We're demolishing this team. And seriously, Buffalo, I feel bad. I feel bad for the people of Buffalo. You've waited. You've been on the doorstep. Josh Allen, great guy. It's over.
Don't feel too bad.
The game wasn't over, though. The Bills rallied for 28 points in the second half. They come from behind to win 35-31. They snapped the Patriots' 10-game winning streak.
Easily. Like, everything that didn't work in the first half worked. It was just it's almost as if that was it's been part of their game plan the last 3 weeks. And this is dangerous. You can't keep falling. I mean, you're down 21-0. You can't let that happen.
Ask a Giants fan. The game's not over until it's over. Until it says all double zeros in the fourth quarter, because those Giants love to blow a second-half lead. Anyway, the Patriots now only a 1-game lead over the Bills in the AFC East.
So now, how do they do it? If it came down to a tie, Davey, would they look at the score, the Bills win over?
I think it'd be the first 2 games of other opponents in the AFC, the games that like the Miami Dolphins, the Jets, the Bills, and Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, so if they tied, if one team had won 2 games over the other team, they get the tie break. I believe from there.
Well, one team hasn't won 2 in this case, so now it's split.
So now I think it goes to your division record.
Okay.
And then from there it might break down to conference record.
I think that right now the Patriots would certainly win that. I didn't think this was going to be a big game. It's 8:00 Sunday. It's the Patriots and the Ravens.
Well, they flexed that. That was originally 1 o'clock. They moved it to 8.
8:00 game. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be a Ravens fan next Sunday.
Me too. I was just going to say that. Yeah. I'm a fan of anybody that's playing against the Patriots.
Yeah, and that's not going to be an easy game because the Ravens need that win. So, interesting.
But you know something, Bill? Let's hope that the momentum from this game of the Bills carries on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I really feel if the Bills want to have any chance of winning the division, they got to win out.
Well, we have Cleveland, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have the
Miami.
woeful Jets.
Oh, I thought that was Miami. Is it the Jets?
The Jets.
All right.
The Jets
Well,
and
the Jets
Miami
could
still
be-
have to play the Patriots. So
Yeah.
All right, so it goes head-to-head, division record, then common games.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Elsewhere, the Giants lost yesterday 29-21. Big Blue now 2-12. That's fine. They've lost their 8th in a row, but they do have currently the top draft pick in next season's NFL draft. The Jets were blown out by the Jags 48-20 in Jacksonville. Brady Cook made his debut. He threw for 176 yards and a touchdown, but was intercepted 3 times. The Jets now 3-11. Phillip Rivers played for the Colts yesterday, had some touchdowns. As a matter of fact, they had a lead against the Seahawks. Smitty and I were rooting for the 44-year-old grandfather to pull out the upset victory. It did not happen as Seattle went on to get the victory. Yesterday, Patrick Mahomes and Micah Parsons both tore an ACL yesterday, so their seasons are done.
Well, and believe me, Mahomes played the whole game. Right up until the very end.
He injured it late.
They didn't lose that game because he wasn't in. They lost that game because they lost that game.
Yeah.
The Patriots are out. Yes.
I don't know.
So I'll make
the Chiefs are out.
I'll make one quick point. So yesterday I was watching ESPN NFL countdown, and Rex Ryan was making a point saying if the Bills beat the Patriots, because the Bengals are not going to be in the playoffs, the Chiefs are not going to be in the playoffs, the Bills have the easiest road to the playoffs to make it to the Super Bowl.
Don't go counting chickens.
I wouldn't listen to Rex Ryan if.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
Comets, unfortunately, lost Friday, Saturday. Their point streak is over. Syracuse fell to Hofstra on Saturday, 70-69.
I want to
take it away.
I want to get some comments in that people have on the video. The Mayor Lanigan, former Mayor Jim Brown. Here is Mike. I saw the video. I love how Julian said it was a spirited discussion. I think there were a lot of spirits there. Okay.
Touche.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Joe says, I think both you and Jeff have the correct analysis of the video. A nothing burger. But we followed by saying this is not something that Mayor Lanigan can do again.
Yeah,
right?
don't make a habit of this for sure.
This is not
a good look.
A good look for the mayor. So, but at the same time, where did this injury? Where did Jim Brown's injury come from? He was showing blood. He was showing pictures.
His arm was all wrapped up.
I don't see anywhere, and I realize we only see what we can see, but I don't see anywhere where there was any cuts or abrasions or no pushing his head into the hood of the car, the roof of the car, or when he was putting him in the door. I don't see any of that. And
same. I don't.
Yeah, I don't see any of that.
I do see there was a reference to maybe the arm being scraped up from the window going up and down. But again, from the video, from what I see, that's Jim Brown rolling up the window as Lanigan approaches again. Then he rolls it down and he yells something to him. And Lanigan turns around, so he rolls the window up again.
If you remember the press release from Lanigan, from the mayor's office on that Monday, I believe, or Friday, whenever that came out, he had stated in that release that Mayor Brown had injured himself after he gotten home. I don't know I don't know how you would know that. I don't know if that's true either, but I can tell you there's no visual there that shows him being injured.
Agreed.
On the line right now is the attorney, Bob Julian, a legendary attorney, certainly in the region. And Bob, good morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
I apologize if it's embarrassing to call you legendary, but listen, you've been around a long time. You're well known and successful.
Got that right.
I think that fits.
Right.
That fits.
A long time, and the successful part remains to be seen. I'm still in the middle of my career.
That's right. You have a long way to go, and you know they say that you're only as successful as your next case.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
In this case, though, I just have to say I think it was a brilliant way to conclude this by saying, because there was a threat of a civil lawsuit against the city, which would have cost taxpayers. I think for the mayor to say, "All right, I'm going to plead guilty." But only if this makes the civil lawsuit go away. I thought that was a good move.
Yes, well, Mayor Lanigan is primarily interested in the well-being of his constituents, and this lawsuit was a distraction and a diversion, and every lawsuit poses a risk. So if you can get a lawsuit to go away for no money against your constituents and yourself personally by pleading to a violation, which is not a crime, it's the equivalent of a traffic ticket, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Well, was there initially there was this this accusation that the former mayor had been cut or injured. He was bleeding. He was showing, there were pictures that were shown. Was that presented? And how did, based on what we saw in the video, how did they say that happened?
Well, the district attorney, special prosecutor Jeff Carpenter, did not charge Lanigan with causing that injury.
Okay.
He only charged Lanigan with inappropriately having physical contact with Brown. And that was the basis of the violation harassment charge. So the source of the injury was not going to be in litigation in terms of the trial as it pertained to any charge against Lanigan. And frankly, I'm with you. I've seen the video. I've worked the case. I'm not really sure how the injury occurred.
Yeah. Do you? At one point, I did see an interview with Brown, who said he's been vindicated. That it was said that he was inebriated, and the trial clearly showed that he was not. Is that true?
No. There was, first of all, there was no trial.
No trial.
And, we're talking
Correct.
about
Right.
terms of art, and the evidence was that Brown had consumed alcohol both on the golf course and in the clubhouse. That was from a 50H hearing that was conducted based upon the lawsuit he was threatening to bring. There would have been a question of fact as to exactly how much he consumed, and let's understand each other. He's playing golf,
right.
And people who play golf are known to drink alcohol either out on the course or after the game.
Yeah.
I think the point in the issue in terms of this particular case is when Lanigan confronted Brown, I think Lanigan felt that Brown was unsteady for whatever reasons on his feet, and that's why once they were exchanging lines from Shakespeare with each other at the back of the car, that's why Lanigan walked him to the seat because he was just wanted to make sure that, frankly, nothing happened to him, and whether that perceived unsteadiness was accurate, whether it was caused by alcohol or just being surprised, is again a question of fact that we never had to determine because we didn't try the case.
And as you say, I mean, the guy was at a golf tournament. He's retired now. He's allowed to consume alcohol.
And I'm assuming
there's
that
nothing
both,
criminal about that.
I would assume, I would not be shocked if both parties had at least a drink.
Sure.
Was there any explanation to you, or at any point during a hearing, was it explained about the video at the end? It seemed as if Mayor Lanigan was putting his forearms down almost to the wrists of former Mayor Brown, and putting a little, moving in closer towards him. Is that a police move? Because I was told that it is. And was that discussed at all? I know obviously it didn't go to trial, so maybe
no,
never.
It didn't go to trial. It wasn't discussed. I think probably his police instincts kicked in again, and I did not see anything that approached what had been characterized by Mr. Brown as a body slam or any of the hyperbolic accusations, but clearly the two of them have physical contact with each other. Clearly, Lanigan came up from behind Brown, touched him on the back as any of us would do. These are two men who've known each other for years.
Mm-hmm.
Brown supported Lanigan for mayor. Brown turns. They have what appears to me to be the commencement of a heated exchange, and Brown is moved back toward the back of the car, whether by Lanigan or by whatever means, and then Lanigan attempted to, would look to me like, take control over the situation to make sure that no one got hurt.
All right. Any other? And the other part is, had this gone to trial, this would not have been a jury trial.
No, judge trial, and both sides were ready to try the case, and the case, again, the outcome of the trial, if there had been not been a plea, and if it had gone against Lanigan, would have been a violation, which is not a crime. And so with the specter of a lawsuit against the city of Rome, Lanigan in his official capacity as mayor and personally remaining. So we felt, again, if you can settle that kind of a case, pleading to a violation and not paying any money, it's a good day's work.
Yeah. So, and potential sentence here for something like this, will he be in court soon to face a sentence since he pleaded guilty?
No, it was done. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. It was done. The sentence is a conditional discharge, which means he has to remain. Lanigan has to remain charge-free for a year, as I recollect it, and he is to stay away from Brown, and I don't think either of those will be much of a problem.
Just a quick follow-up there, if I may. Because, as you said, Brown had previously supported Lanigan. They're both Republicans. I could see a situation where at a fundraiser or, dare I say, a golf tournament for something that is politically involved, what do you tell Mayor Lanigan? Just don't go to these events, or?
No, all he has to do is
just stay clear.
Stay away, and having spent 23 years as the leader of the Republicans in the Oneida County Legislature, I've been in various situations where people have spit at me, put their finger in my chest, screamed in my face, and I may have responded in like. So I don't. While I understand that there's a certain novelty and amusement over this because of the office Brown once held and the office Mayor Lanigan presently holds, in and of itself, the behavior, but for the walking to the car, which I think again was a reflex police protective matter, the behavior was not extraordinary if one has spent time in local politics.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I did have a police officer who asked not to be identified say that based on what he saw, knowing that a judge was overseeing this and it would not be a jury, that he felt there would be no way that based on the video, there would be no way that Lanigan would have been found guilty.
I don't. I could have used that insight prior to the trial.
Well, he asked me not to use his name, so I apologize.
Yeah, no. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Listen, I've tried a lot of cases, and I've lost cases that I felt I should have won, and I've won cases that I thought I should have lost. I can't really predict the outcome of this case. I think Lanigan had a reasonable story. The bar for harassment is quite low, which is something meaning really all you need is unwanted physical contact for a harassment charge to be upheld. But at the end of the day, even if Lanigan had won the trial, the specter of the lawsuit remained because, again, the standard for harassment is different from the standard for assault and battery. And so in the context of all of the facts, I think Mayor Lanigan properly made the judgment that he would enter into the plea to the violation, which is not a crime because it's protective of the city of Rome, and I think he felt that was his first obligation to make sure that there's no expense to the taxpayers.
All right. Okay, Robert Julian, we appreciate your time tremendously. Thank you so much for coming on this morning and giving us your take on all of this.
All right, gentlemen, have a good day. Take care.
You do the same. Have a great holiday as well. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bob Julian.
Can I just
I have some comments that I can throw in here, too.
My 2 cents is worth. I actually disagree with your cop friend. I do think that satisfied the harassment charge. He goes up, he puts his hands on him, and again, it's not anything near what I thought it was. I don't know that he should be allowed to.
I'm not saying that people should put their hands on somebody else. What I'm saying is, according to his expertise, which I do not have.
Sure.
So this is not coming from me.
I'm also just a layman.
I'm not saying it should or shouldn't have been or would or wouldn't have been. I'm saying according to this police officer, he said it would not have been. A judge would not have convicted, if you will. I mean, we're talking about very, very low, not even criminal, that he would have been found not guilty, according to him and his experience. I don't know what constitutes harassment and what doesn't. I do think that there have been a few times I've probably said in my lifetime, "Hey, you're harassing me. You better stop it." A few comments. You want them?
Yes, please.
This is Donna. I know neither of these guys. Looking at the video, I only saw 2 guys in a heated discussion. I saw no assault.
Nobody said assault, though.
Well, I think at the beginning that was the charge.
Okay, but
with the videos, with the pictures of the bloodied arm or whatever that was.
Yeah, I thought it was undercharged, but based on the video, no, I don't think that.
Now you don't think that.
No.
Yeah. So initially you thought, I can't believe they only charged him with harassment. That was a gift. But now after watching the video, there should have been no other. The only thing they could have charged him with would be harassment.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. I saw no assault here. If the one guy was hurt, then he did it to himself to get money. Anyone, especially a judge or DA, that couldn't see that is an idiot. I like Donna, who just puts it out there the way it is from her perspective.
Love it.
Joe, the real story is Joe Rakowski. And I was going to bring this up. The real story is how Rozier used Brown to try and dismantle the party by promoting Brown's story without the facts. First Kim Rogers, then Lanigan and Pisani. His use of party funds to try to get the video out shows his intent to remove elected officials that the people voted for. And that is a very interesting part of this story, because at every step of the way, Brown was with Rozier, whether it be on his show or Rozier trying to fight to get the video out. This is the county chair of the Republican Party, clearly, as Joe said, trying to dismantle these elected officials. That shouldn't be ignored here, that this was hyper political when you really dig in and look at it. I'm just saying.
By his own hand, though, Lanigan's, I'm sure he knows this now.
There's no one here saying that what Lanigan did was right.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
No, and I didn't suggest you were.
He should know, like I've always been told by my wife very sternly, don't put yourself in that situation.
Yes.
Okay. I saw the video. I love how Julian said it was a spirited discussion. Mike says Lanigan made a mistake by sending a letter to Brown on city letterhead. It put the city at risk. And I would not disagree with that. Nancy, don't forget that Brown showed up on top of the talk of the town with his arm bandaged up, looking like he was severely hurt.
What is that? Jim Brown, what is that?
I swear to God, Ken Rozier's signature was on the bandage. I could be wrong.
It's like in high school.
They
signed your cast.
Hey, you want to sign my cast? It's not a cast, it's a bandage. Here, just sign around the blood. Go right around the blood. You'll see the dried blood.
I don't know where that came from. I've got some here, too. When you say Lanigan's posture was preventing, quote, preventing Brown from acting, I'd say it was intimidating and inviting a confirmation.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
I'm
saying that a police officer said that was a move that would be used to prevent someone from being able to flail their arms or hit them back. I'm just saying what a police officer said, and that's why I asked the question.
John continues, if this was a law enforcement tactic, it shows why people don't trust the police. This, in my opinion, would be a bad cop. Now, I disagree with John. Anyway, for whatever that's worth. Cindy says, what does the driver for Jim Brown have to say? I think he for sure knows exactly what happened. Why haven't we heard from the driver? Now, this would be, once Brown is helped to his vehicle, the car pulls off immediately. He's put in the passenger seat, and then the vehicle pulls off. So there was somebody else right there.
I was told about this too, because I said, the driver had to have heard something. Or his statement to the judge was, well, they never got that far, but his statement was, I don't know, I have my earbuds in. I was listening to Genesis. Or whatever, Sinatra. What I was told about that is the problem with this is that many of the people, witnesses, those involved, et cetera, are friends with both Lanigan and Brown. So this became very difficult for a lot of people. Now, there are those that have their sides, right? And then there are those who are friends with both, and that can make things a little difficult. I'm not sure what the driver would have said.
You want Lance here?
Yeah.
What a surprise. Bill taking the side of Lanigan. So if a younger guy attacks his father or father-in-law, that would be okay.
I did not take his side.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying what we're seeing. I'll say it again. This is not a good look, and I hope that the mayor realizes that something like this can't happen again. Yeah. You can't take matters into your own hands. I said it earlier. But let's not take it, Lance, further than what it is. You want this to be some sort of an assault, and it isn't. Look at the video. It's just not there. And it does seem that Mr. Brown made accusations that he had been bleeding and he was cut because of what happened. We see no evidence of that. So I'm sorry. We're just saying what we're seeing, not who we like or dislike. Like you, Lance. You're clearly tainted in this. You have an opinion based on whatever your relationship is with these two guys.
And he's allowed to. He also went on to say Lance says that Lanigan knew his goose was cooked. That's why he pleaded guilty. That's what he says.
But even if his goose was cooked, it isn't even it's not criminal. It would be like Bob Julian said, it would have, at the very worst case, he would have been found guilty of harassment, which is like getting a speeding ticket.
You
Sorry,
want one more? Unrelated. And this is as we look to the future. Is Jimmy Fallon coming on February 7th? If so, where can I get my tickets?
I will make a phone call again to the Rome Capitol. I'm waiting right now. I'm waiting for the Rome Capitol to put the tickets on sale.
Stay tuned. Tickets are soon
I have been waiting
released.
for these tickets to go on sale for 30 days now. I'm just going to say it. We got to get these tickets on sale. I'm losing the opportunity to be able to promote this show before Christmas so people can get tickets as Christmas gifts.
Bill, go help them to the ticket booth. Go help them.
I may have to.
Smitty, get out there.
So, people are yelling at me about this. I can't make this go any faster. I am doing the best that I can. And I'm hearing from Jimmy. He's like, I want to go on the air and say tickets are on sale. I'm hoping that it'll be this week.
John in Deerfield, public officials and officers ought to be held to a higher standard ethically and legally. There is too much of a boys' club going on in law enforcement and government. John, you could be correct. That's your opinion for sure. But again, this case was referred to a neighboring county to avoid any implication of favoritism.
And the DA, who became the special prosecutor, charged him.
Correct.
Charged Lanigan. But the question that I would ask is, should a public official be charged anything more than a regular citizen would be charged? Just because I do believe that you're held to a higher standard.
Yes.
But that is not legally held to a higher standard. That would be, we hold our politicians to a higher standard, which, by the way, in America, we don't do that anymore. I'm sorry, we don't. But basically, we expect more, and in the voting booth, you'll see the result of that when I don't vote for you. I agree with that. But someone shouldn't be charged more than what they should be charged because they're wealthy or they have some sort of power or they are, even when it comes to a sentence, the judge has now he may be able to say, I could charge you anything from here to here. This would be anywhere from 2 years to 10 years in prison for whatever. And a judge may say, based on the fact that you were trusted by the public, that I'm throwing the book at you, and the sentence is going to be a maximum sentence. That's how that would work. But in this case, should we charge Lanigan with more than what he actually did? No. That just doesn't. That wouldn't be right.
If this was a sitcom, the judge's sentence in this case would have been, I sentence you both to the mayor's office to come to joint decisions and work together for the next 2 to 10 years.
And the other part of this is with Mayor Lanigan. I didn't work for Lanigan. I actually worked on Jackie Izzo's campaign.
Correct.
I feel like we have a good working relationship at this point. He'll come on and we can ask him questions.
Yes.
But we don't hang out. I mean, there's zero favoritism here. You just call it like you see it. And I'm telling you, based on what I saw, it's not as bad as what I thought. I don't think it's good. I do not think it's a good look. And I hope the mayor never does something like this again.
Yeah.
Stay out of a scenario. But I don't feel somebody should be sent off to jail for what happened there.
What was the arm injury? I don't understand.
The arm injury I'm really wondering about. Ann in Rome. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning. I just want to say I actually know them both very well. I worked for them in a city capacity, so I've worked and been friends with them. My thing is, if one of my friends was, hey, Ann, you're great, and all of a sudden starts bashing me, and I saw them out, I would do the same thing. I'd say, hey, and if you just walked away, if you're big enough to go on the radio and bash me, tell me to my face, what did I do? And I think that's what the whole thing went, that's what it was all about.
However, Ann, to be fair, you would agree with us saying the mayor's got to make sure he doesn't find himself in these situations again.
Right. But
better off just walking away and not even dealing with it.
If it were you and I, Bill, I'd walk up to you, and if you walked away and didn't say anything, I'd put my hand on you and say, Bill, talk to me. And that's what it was. It was two friends that had a heated argument.
Yeah.
The difference is Jeff cares enough about the city to take the shot, and Jim doesn't care about the city because he was ready, didn't care if my taxes were going to go up, and I supported him, okay? You don't care if my taxes go up because it's all about you getting some money. Guess what, Jim? Do us all a favor. You live in Florida, stay there. Nobody's going to miss you.
Okay. All right, Ann. I'm glad you're
Ann, call back and tell us how you really feel.
You're holding back on your comments. That's good.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, Ann. Thank you.
Fink Rat in Little Falls says Jim Brown has a very thin skin, so maybe just touching it caused that damage.
That's also very possible. Listen, it is what it is, and it's over. So if you are so, Lance, if he is so bothered by this, then I guess how he votes in the next election will be the result of his feelings, how he feels right now, right?
Yes.
That's kind of the way it works here. All right, coming up, we'll speak with Assemblyman Robert Smullen as he's announcing some endorsements when it comes to the congressional seat that is currently held by Elise Stefanik. Let's, Davey, however, do Hobica's free money question of the day quickly before we get to the Assemblyman. This morning, you're looking at how much? $185 this morning.
Smitty doesn't care as long as you take a break at some time this hour.
And you're looking for caller number what, Davey? What do you want?
Caller 3.
Third caller.
He doesn't care. He's like, take a break.
Otherwise, you don't care. Third caller right now, 315-736-0186. We'll do the contest next. Call now to win, or hopefully win, from WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Scott and Jill here from New York Sash to tell you about our $25,000 home improvement giveaway.
You can enter to win $25,000 in new windows, siding, bath, or doors professionally installed by New York Sash. And we'll pick the winner live at the Nexus Center this February.
Just think about all the home renovations you could do with $25,000. Gorgeous, energy-efficient windows, stunning vinyl siding, a new bath remodel, or an entry door.
One lucky homeowner in Central New York will win, so why not you? There's no purchase necessary, but you have to be in it to win it.
So enter the $25,000 home improvement giveaway today at NewYorkSash.com/win. That's NewYorkSash.com/win, or enter in person at our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
And you can be the lucky winner of the $25,000 home improvement giveaway from New York Sash at the Home Show.
Firestone Winter Force tires are designed to deliver impressive handling on snow, ice, and in wet weather conditions. Whether you have a coupe, sedan, wagon, or minivan, Winter Force tires let you drive with confidence, and you still get the comfortable driving experience you've come to expect from Firestone. Winter, you've met your match. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Available at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com.
This year, give the gift of music, the gift of awe and wonder, the gift of a beautiful summer's day in upstate New York, highlighted with world-class opera and musical theater just minutes from Cooperstown. This year, give the gift of the Glimmerglass Festival. A variety of ticket packages are available for our 2026 season, or give a Glimmerglass gift card so they can enjoy the performances that fit their schedule. Visit glimmerglass.org and begin planning the summer experience of a lifetime at the 2026 Glimmerglass Festival.
Are your windows old and tired? Hard to put up and down? Builder's grade windows just aren't made to last very long. Patriot Home Solutions is a different kind of window company. No games or gimmicks, no long drawn-out sales presentations, just high-quality, custom-fit windows at reasonable prices made right here in New York. And right now, you can get up to $2,000 off new windows from Patriot and NYSERDA. Plus, get an upgrade to triple pane windows for free. Minimum 3-window purchase. Most homeowners qualify for the savings, and income is not one of the requirements. So write this number down, 315-401-0440. That's 401-0440. Patriot Home Solutions will tell you right over the phone if you qualify. Don't miss your chance to save up to $2,000 and get the triple pane upgrade free. Funds are limited, so call before they run out. Learn more at callpatriothomesolutions.com. That's callpatriothomesolutions.com.
Imagine this. You're at your daughter's soccer game. She makes a shot and suddenly goes down in a lot of pain. It's her ankle. As a parent, you know the faster she gets to the right people, the sooner she'll be on her way to recovery. And treating this pain is an emergency. The orthopedic care she needs is just minutes away at Community Memorial. If it's real pain, head to our new emergency room in Hamilton. We have the shortest wait times in the area. We can get pain under control and then quickly get you into one of our world-class specialists at Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics. Whether it's a new injury or long-term joint pain, we also have orthopedic clinics on weekdays in Hamilton, Wednesdays in New Hartford, and Thursdays in Cazenovia with walk-ins welcome. Imagine a healthcare system that's dedicated to getting you to some of the best orthopedic specialists in the area in the shortest time possible. That's Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics. Visit orthoemergency.com.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Advisories and lake effect snow warnings are west and north, and they will expire. Now, some of them not until tomorrow afternoon, especially in Lewis County and parts of Jefferson County. So in the snow belts where most of the heaviest snow will be today, maybe a few snow showers here. Mid-20s, so cold day. Overnight tonight, some snow showers and dropping down to about 10. Obviously, the North Country will be colder. Partial sun, upper 20s tomorrow. We get past freezing, maybe 40 Wednesday with a chance of rain showers. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stage at WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
The 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart is back, and it's about to make you the coolest gift giver this holiday season. For only $75, you get 15 rounds of golf at some of the area's top courses. 15 rounds, $75. Play favorite courses like Eagle Hills Golf Course, Barker Brook Golf Club, and Maple Crest Golf Club, plus plenty more. But heads up, when they're gone, they're gone. So get your 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart now at seizethedeal.com or log into this station's website.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, let's do Habakkuk's free money question of the day. And we have Michael ready to go in Schuyler. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How you doing?
Oh, this is I have a really good question for you today. You're gonna love it. It's the free money question from the Habakkuk Law Firm, worth $185. Joseph and Andrew Habakkuk. For your legal needs, call 315-724-1600 is the number. And Mike, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. This is from the category holiday. Here it is.
Holiday.
What was the name of the snowman on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Ready, go.
My God.
I just watched this on Saturday night, and I don't know.
I watched it a couple weeks ago.
You know who it was voiced by, right? You know it was voiced by...
No, don't tell me that one.
Okay.
The voice by Burl Ives.
That's correct.
Burl Ives, is that right?
And the snowman, that is right.
Hey, the snowman on Frosty the Snowman, what's his name?
It's not Frosty the Snowman. I don't know.
Well, the snowman in Frosty the Snowman was Frosty.
I believe the one on Frosty the Snowman was Happy. Happy birthday!
No, his name was Frosty.
Oh, it's Frosty. You're right.
So, what was the name?
Sam the Snowman.
Sam the Snowman.
Sam the Snowman.
Yep.
Because we just watched Rudolph. We just watched it a couple weeks ago.
I know.
I can't believe
it is
I
in
didn't hear the name in there.
I believe it's in the credits.
Son of a gun.
All right. Sorry, Mike. We'll give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card. Good at Aquavino and Taylor and the Cook and Babes and Cookies and The Odd and Nexus, and the list goes on. Stand by. Davey's going to hook you up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. Were you? Did I cut you off? What were you saying?
I just want to say the show I really like now. I'm watching live is Landman. It's a
Landman,
good show.
yeah.
Bob
I saw an episode and we haven't continued, so I still have the first season. I got to definitely watch that. So, all right, stand by. Davey has you taken care of. On the line right now is Assemblyman Robert Smullen. He has announced that he is running for Congress in the seat that is currently being held by Elise Stefanik. And Assemblyman, good morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Great to be on WIBX on this morning here. It's 7 degrees on my thermometer here.
Yeah, nice and warm today, nice and toasty. All right, you're looking at a lot of support for you when it comes to running for this seat. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had great support since announcing candidacy on November 20th that I'm running for Congress in the 21st Congressional District, replacing Elise Stefanik, who's running for governor. We've had over 55 endorsements so far, and more are to come. It shows great support from across many of the counties in the district. many of which I already represent in the 118th Assembly District in Albany.
Now that district goes down from basically that Schenectady area to the north, all the way down to a small little part of Oneida County, right?
That's right. I actually represent Oneida County and have for the last 7 years in the state assembly. Very proud to represent Oneida and Herkimer counties. I also used to represent St. Lawrence County before redistricting. So I've got great support coming from all of the counties in the district, and I'm really getting myself out there and campaigning very hard to make sure that people know that I'm the only Trump-appointed conservative in this race, and that it's my mission to send a Marine to Washington on behalf of the people of the 21st Congressional District.
If you can, talk about some of your experience in the military.
Yeah, so I did 3 tours in Afghanistan, 6 deployments overall. I've been all over the United States, all over the world. I think it gives me a great perspective on being able to work with anybody on any issue that comes up before the people. I've taken that very same attitude into the assembly where I represent all of the people of the 118th Assembly District. You know, and my philosophy is if you send a Marine on a mission, especially to a place like Washington, D.C., I'm going to stand up and fight for the people.
And if you are elected, let's talk about some of the issues that are out there. There's just really, it's incredible how much Congress is facing right now. There are so many big issues out there.
It is, and the biggest one is affordability. You know, I think it has to do with the inflation that came in with the last administration, with all the overspending. That's one of the things that I've concentrated on in my time in the Assembly. I'm on the Ways and Means Committee. That's the money committee. I'm very concerned about taxes, about spending, about affordability, you know, about why things cost so much, particularly in New York State, where we've had all these climate laws that have led to electricity prices increasing greatly. We need to fight that at the federal level, and that's what I would intend to do in Washington, D.C.
On some of the issues like Ukraine and Venezuela, what are your thoughts? What's your assessment?
Well, America needs a strong national defense, and without a doubt, upstate New York, putting upstate first, that means great support for our 2 institutions in the 21st Congressional District, Fort Drum and the Rome Labs. I know both of those facilities, the people that work there very well. Now would be very capable of representing them in Washington, D.C., to make sure that our national defense stays strong so we can address issues like Russia, like Iran, like Taiwan, like being able to make sure, you know, that we, the United States, stay strong on the world stage.
Let me ask you, you mentioned your support. You were appointed by President Trump previously. Do you expect to have his backing or endorsement for this upcoming race?
I certainly would ask for his endorsement and to make sure that he knows of my candidacy. And I think that's a very likely possibility there. But what I've got to do is make sure that the people that are going to vote in this election, that they know all about me. People can go to robertsmellenforcongress.com. You can find out where I stand on the issues, and you can actually help me with my fundraising momentum that I've got going. We've raised over $500,000 since announcing the candidacy, and I need all the help that I can get. Somebody once told me, a wise person said, hey, if you want to go far, go with friends. If you want to go fast, go alone. Well, I choose to go with friends. That's what all these endorsements mean. That's what all this emphasis means, to make sure that when I go to Congress to represent the people, that I go there with their consent and with their support.
You had said Trump, either Trump endorsed or Trump appointed. Can you explain that?
I was appointed by President Trump to the President's Commission on White House Fellows. That's America's most prestigious program for leadership and public service. I was actually also a White House Fellow myself in 2003, 2004. I was appointed by George W. Bush to that role. So I know a little bit about what goes on in Washington, D.C. I also worked at the Pentagon when I was in the Marine Corps, and I've worked on defense budgeting in that aspect. So I know a little bit about Washington, D.C., but I think I've proven to the people over the past 7 years that I've been in the Assembly how a good public servant, how an aspirational servant leader does to be able to take care of the people.
What was your role? What were you tasked with doing with that appointment? Both of them, actually.
Well, with the first appointment, I worked at the U.S. Department of Energy. We worked on national level energy and national security policy. It's very important work. It's a big part of what goes on. Right now, it's why some aspects of our economy are so expensive. The things I learned then, I'm putting them to use right now, particularly in the Environmental Conservation Committee, where I serve in the state assembly. The climate leadership in the Community Protection Act, the Green New Deal, green energy, is turning out to be a very bad deal for New Yorkers. And I've fought against it in the state assembly, and I would continue to do so when I go to Congress.
One who's claimed he is running for the seat that you're running for is this Anthony Constantino, who claims that he actually has the blessing of President Trump. I've not seen that anywhere. Do you want to comment on that?
Well, the only thing I would comment on is that when he made the announcement, he said that he was inspired by Charlie Kirk to run for Congress. Well, it turns out that he thought that Charlie Kirk was a grifter only a few months prior to that. I think that tells you what my prospective primary opponent.
Interesting. All right, Assemblyman, thank you so much, and we'll be following a big year coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on WIBX. It's great to connect with your listeners this morning. Thank you.
All right, Robert, thank you so much. Robert Smolin, a candidate for that seat currently held by Elise Stefanik. By the way, Constantino makes a lot of claims and has on this program. Are we getting him on? That ought to be fun. Oh, yeah, Davey says yeah.
I reached out.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, stand by. We have news coming up, top of the hour, and then a bunch more to get to here as we head into the week before the holiday week. Hard to believe that there's one more shopping weekend coming up.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
This is a Fox News alert. A Hollywood legend stabbed to death in his home. I'm Dave Anthony. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle, both found dead at home in Los Angeles. And while police did not confirm that and won't say they're searching for a suspect, the Reiner family announced their deaths.
There are also some reports that among those being questioned is the Reiner's 32-year-old son, Nick. He has been open in the past about his mental health issues and his struggles with drug addiction.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in L.A. Rob Reiner was 78. He first gained fame winning Emmys as Meathead on TV's All in the Family in the 1970s. Then he became a famous director of movies, from Stand By Me to When Harry Met Sally and Misery to A Few Good Men.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Reiner's last movie, a Spinal Tap sequel, just came out. The search for the gunman in Saturday's Brown University mass shooting is back on in Providence, Rhode Island.
Police admitted that the person of interest they detained yesterday morning at the hotel is not the person that is seen leaving the scene of the shooting. The AG said while there was some evidence that justified detaining this person of interest, recent evidence and lab testing is pointing them in a different direction.
That's Fox's Brian Yennis. Thousands of wreaths have been laid in Australia near the scene of an even bigger mass shooting yesterday, targeting Jews at the start of Hanukkah.
A father and son terror team turned up and attacked the Jewish community here at Bondi Beach. It's the sort of place where most Australians know or go to on their holidays. We're a coastal community. We're talking about more than 42 being taken to hospital with 15 fatalities. A 10-year-old girl who was at a petting zoo by the name of Matilda, she was mowed down. We had 2 rabbis who've also been killed, and a Holocaust survivor was also murdered here in this spree.
Sky News' Jonathan Lee. The older gunman was killed by police. His son disarmed by a bystander, being called a hero. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
President Trump is vowing to retaliate in Syria after the weekend terror attack that killed 2 American soldiers, National Guard members from Iowa, and a civilian interpreter.
We had 3 great patriots terminated by bad people, and not the Syrian government. It was ISIS. Syrian government fought by our side. The new president fought by our side.
And as Russia continues to attack Ukraine, talks continue, trying to stop the invasion-turned-war. The day after Special Envoy Steve Witkoff posted on social media, a lot of progress was made yesterday.
American envoys are in Berlin, Germany, meeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Later, the leaders of the UK, Italy, Poland and NATO fly in, among others. The Europeans want to make sure Ukraine isn't forced to accept a peace deal that favours Russia, while also trying to protect the continent against increasing Russian assertiveness. If Ukraine falls, warns Chancellor Merz, Vladimir Putin won't stop. President Trump's team of Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner held 5 hours of talks on Sunday with President Zelensky. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
There could be gains on Wall Street to start the week. Dow futures up more than 200 points. They're also rising for the NASDAQ after last week's losses. Big news out of the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs, who've won 3 recent Super Bowls and lost 2 more, will not make the playoffs this season after losing a game and their star quarterback.
The throw by Mahomes, incomplete, flag thrown, looking for. Mahomes is down. Smith-Schuster, he sure is.
Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL in his left knee, putting next season in jeopardy in the Chiefs' 16-13 loss to the LA Chargers on CBS. Now, 2 other teams clinched playoff spots with wins, the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. Buffalo snapped New England's 10-game win streak, and Minnesota beat Dallas in the Sunday night game. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies. We are above 0 in Rome, now at 1. Herkimer is at 7, and Utica also at 7 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office is looking for the public's help in locating a man who has been reported missing. He is 45-year-old James Tracy, not been seen or heard from by family in several months. He was last known to be living in the Utica-Rome area. Tracy is approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall, 150 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. If anyone has information on his whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Sheriff's Office. Oneida County reminding short-term rental owners they must register their properties by January 1st in order to continue listing with online booking and other services. According to a state law enacted earlier this year, Oneida County has established a registry for short-term rentals, including bookings facilitated through platforms like Airbnb, VBRO, Expedia, and TripAdvisor. Once registered, hosts can continue to list their properties for rental on booking services, which will then collect Oneida County's 5% occupancy tax. Beginning January 1st, all short-term rental hosts must be registered with the county before listing the properties for rent. County-issued registration numbers must be posted in all advertisements and online listings. New York State is at risk of losing over $70 million in highway funding if it does not comply with a government order that restricts the state from granting trucking licenses to foreign drivers. Transportation officials say their review found that New York is more likely to break the law when issuing non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses to those with a temporary legal status. New York State officials have said the state does follow all rules and checks every driver against federal databases when issuing CDLs, but the state now has 30 days to conduct an internal check of its systems, and the Transportation Department has demanded it revoke any licenses that should not have been issued. And Rome Health is receiving nearly $19 million through a statewide healthcare facility transformation program to advance health information technology, cybersecurity, and telehealth across its network. That funding will allow Rome Health to implement an integrated electronic health record, which would replace 6 separate systems which are currently in use. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:08. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Advisories and lake effect snow warnings are west and north, and they will expire. Now, some of them not until tomorrow afternoon, especially in Lewis County and parts of Jefferson County. So in the snow belts where most of the heaviest snow will be today, maybe a few snow showers here. Mid-20s, so cold day. Overnight tonight, some snow showers and dropping down to about 10. Obviously, the North Country will be colder. Partial sun, upper 20s tomorrow. We get past freezing, maybe 40 Wednesday with a chance of rain showers. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
We have 7 degrees in Utica, 7 in Herkimer, 1 in Rome. It is 8:09. All right, from the IBEW 43 local sports desk, how about those Buffalo Bills? They trailed by 17 at the half. Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports was talking trash. He's seen it before. It's a championship team, and the Bills have been dismantled. Well, not the case, as the Bills rally for the victory. 14 in the third and 14 in the fourth. They come up with the victory, 35-31. And here we go. Here's Dave Portnoy once again for you.
More than these fans. I've seen it. I have 6 rings, and you're telling me Buffalo's better than us? This is our division. This is our league, and we're back. We're not beating this team. We're demolishing this team. And seriously, Buffalo, I feel bad. I feel bad for the people of Buffalo. You've waited. You've been on the doorstep. Josh Allen, great guy. It's over.
Wow. It was not over. It was 21-0 New England at that point. Obviously, they come back 35-31 for the victory. The Giants lost yesterday 29-21. Make it 8 straight losses. That's fine. The Jets blow out the Jaguars. The Jets were blown out by the Jaguars 48-20. The Jets now 3-13 on the season. Some big news in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL. Kansas City loses again. They're out of the playoff picture. Micah Parsons tore his ACL as well in the team's 34-26 loss to the Denver Broncos as Green Bay suffers a huge defeat there as well.
I can hear Andrew yelling from Sarasota.
Yes, so can I. The Comets dropped 2 this weekend as their point streak comes to an end. What did I want to mention here? And historic locally, and Smitty might have some information on this, but Tony Graziano, the previous owner of the world-famous restaurant and inn, Graziano's Italian restaurant, that used to be located just off the Thruway exit in Canastota. He was a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, a World War II veteran. Tony Graziano, sadly passing away at the age of 103.
Wow. He had a great deal of boxing. He was a boxer and had, they all went to his place when they came to the Hall of Fame.
He had the memorabilia right in his restaurant if you ever walked in there. It was great.
Yeah. And some great food, needless to say.
No doubt. What?
Christian's on the line wants to comment on the Mayor Lanigan situation with the video.
He's been on since like 7:30. Waiting.
Yep.
Hello, Christian. Good morning.
Hello, Bill.
Yes, you're a persistent waiter on that line. Thank you for waiting as long as you did.
Bill, you're always worth waiting for.
That's what I've been told. I have been told that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What's your take? I mean, what do you have?
Well, I was hoping that I could borrow your police friend to have him look at my video, seeing how he thinks that there was absolutely nothing there in the Lanigan video. He'll really think there was.
Did you see the video? There really is. It's kind of a nothing video when it's all said and done.
Well, that all depends how you want to look at it. Now,
D.A.
Carpenter sure does look at things how he likes to see things.
I'm gonna leave it at this, and we'll.
We didn't even get into anything yet.
Well,
Bill.
now you're going after Carpenter. You're
I'm
going.
not going after him.
Yeah.
I'm not going after him. I'm pointing out a fact.
Right.
I'm pointing out facts, Bill.
Yeah, but I
The
can't
fact is
prove your. I can't. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not getting into this.
proven. You saw
I
the
understand
video.
that. I understand that.
So let me tell you this. If D.A. Carpenter does not consider that felony assault, he really is going to look silly when he tries to get a felony assault against me in any grand jury. I promise you that.
All right, and I'm going to leave it at that because you have a pending case. This is not good for you, and there's no way that Lanigan Brown video was even close to an assault, right?
Yeah, he said felony assault.
Felony assault. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I got to move on, Christian. I'm sorry.
And good luck.
And good luck. And we'll see where it goes.
I agree. He shouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah,
with
you
the
have
case
a pending. You have a pending case you're dealing with right now. I think I'm doing a favor right here by moving on, and we will stand by 813 at WIBX.
Stewart Shop is excited to kick off our 40th annual Holiday Match campaign. Since 1986, Holiday Match has raised more than $39 million to support local children's charities. This program runs from Thanksgiving through Christmas. And don't forget, Stewart Shops matches every donation we receive. So stop by your local Stewart's, toss your change in the bucket next to the register. Let's have another amazing Holiday Match season.
Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. Save up to $1,350 on New York State's largest selection of bedding from upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BED.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 315-444-4444.
History shows that every market fails, every currency collapses, and today, the dollar is shrinking. Trillions in national debt, record high markets defying gravity. But stocks can't go up forever. Meanwhile, groceries, housing, and transportation costs are rising, and your dollar, it buys less every day. So when the crash hits, your stocks won't save you. Dollars won't either. But one thing will: gold. Gold has always survived. That's why central banks are buying gold by the ton and billionaires are stocking up. And every day, Americans are protecting their savings and retirement with physical gold. Don't wait for the headlines. When the panic starts, it's too late. Call Lear Capital now at 800-957-GOLD to get your free gold investment kit and protect your wealth with real physical gold. With over $8 billion in trusted transactions and thousands of 5-star reviews, Lear is your trusted source. Call now and also get up to $15,000 in bonus gold with a qualified purchase. Call 800-957-GOLD. That's 800-957-4653.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 315-444-4444.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
The 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart is back, and it's about to make you the coolest gift giver this holiday season. For only $75, you get 15 rounds of golf at some of the area's top courses. 15 rounds, $75. Playing favorite courses like Delton Knolls Golf Center, Little Falls Municipal Golf Course, and Golf Club of Newport, plus plenty more. But heads up, when they're gone, they're gone. So get your 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart now at seizethedeal.com or log into this station's website.
Hey, I want to tell you about Mazda's More to Move You sales event. It's back at Steve Ponte Mazda. And Rick, who we saw Friday night as part of our 100th celebration, says, come in, save on a new Mazda lease, or you can enjoy 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-70s, 90s, 5s, and 50s, with 0.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-5s, 50s, turbo models, and 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s. See the dealership for details. And as Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Steve Ponte Mazda. And the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is now accepting new patients. Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Kuzminski, and others all under one roof. They've now added and are welcoming new physician, Dr. Sharon Mattern of Sequoit, who has joined the Falcon team. Therefore, they are now, once again, accepting new patients. Call today. Maybe you want a new family doctor, looking for a second opinion, or maybe you're looking to, this is what I do, the OMT, osteopathic manipulation treatment. It makes a world of difference to try to make sure I'm preventing that back issue or any other issue that might be happening. Reach out to the Falcon Clinic today at 315-507-4751. And also you can tune in to WIBX's Keeler in the Morning Christmas Eve extravaganza. Believe it or not, it's next Wednesday. That is it next
Thursday?
Wednesday?
It's next Thursday?
It's next Wednesday.
Thursday's Christmas.
Thursday's Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Wednesday's Christmas
I'm even
Eve.
a day later than I thought on the Christmas shopping.
You're scaring me over here. Wednesday, December 24th, which is a week from this Wednesday, is our Christmas Eve show, and it is catered by It's a Utica Thing Restaurant and Bar. You can have all your holiday party catered by It's a Utica Thing. There's still time, and they'll be taking orders right up through the new year for the best in Italian foods, pastas, salads, chicken riggies, greens, tomato pie, and so much more. Taking orders now through New Year's Eve at 315-738-8946. You can find their catering menu up on the website. Online, it's a uticathing.com, and you can there order their sauces, including their amazing marinade sauce, as it's called, shipped anywhere in the USA. And listen to the Keeler Christmas Eve extravaganza, December 24th, Christmas Eve, 6 a.m. until noon on WIBX.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Listen, time is ticking.
Manaski's about to be a day late and a dollar short on Christmas here.
You got to move.
I
Time
thought
is
Christmas
ticking.
was next Friday. It's next Thursday. So the Christmas Eve, the Keeler Christmas Eve special is next Wednesday.
We're also, later this hour, going to talk with Sheriff Mashel. We're going to be auctioning off a New Holland electric tractor for kids. Pretty cool. We'll get to that coming up. Some quick comments. Okay, that's funny. It would be funny. Joe this morning says the driver, we had asked who was the driver, and did the driver talk? We're talking about the Lanigan Brown video.
Right.
According to Joe, the driver was a friend of Brown's for 25 years. It's the friend he was mentioning in his post-appearance interview that he did. When he came out, he said, it's really bad. I lost a friend of 25 years to this situation. He lost that friendship over the actual event, and that might be why we didn't hear from the driver.
Wow.
I don't know. That's according to Joe here this morning. Ken in Bridgewater says, let's face it. Sorry. We know what happened. If the mayor would have kept his hands to himself and minded his own business, there wouldn't have been an event. And he said, I think there was a little bully element in there.
Duh.
Yeah.
If the incident never happened, there wouldn't have been an incident? Is that what he's saying?
He's saying that if he would have kept his hands to himself, there wouldn't have been this proceeding.
True, and hopefully he learned his lesson.
Julie, that question for the free money was way too easy. I know all the Rudolph trivia. We did Rudolph trivia in the office at Lemoyne when I worked there. I have a good question. I'm not going to read the question. I might use it tomorrow.
Okay. I just watched this on Saturday night. I have another confession to make. This is also an indication of I didn't realize Christmas was coming so quick. But I wanted to do the tree with my son. So between birthday parties,
it's hard.
Utica Comets, Utica Pioneers, Teddy Bear Toss. I haven't had a free weekend where we weren't doing other things since Thanksgiving, and then the weekend before that was his birthday.
You better make it this weekend.
So no, we did it. We did it Saturday night, and we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer while we did it.
Pretty awesome. You mean you didn't play the Elvis Christmas album in the background and have hot chocolate like we've done for? Like when I was a kid, we did that, and the tradition has been carried on probably to my kids because I like doing it. And that brings us to. You're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to eat right. You're trying to stay on a diet. But it's the holidays, not easy. Holiday Eating 101 with Dr. Julie. Dr. Julie is on the air right now to assist us. She is the co-founder of the Florida Wellness Institute. And good morning, Dr. Julie. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
All right. So Holiday Eating 101, what do you suggest?
First thing, you're going to go to parties. So if it's a sit down, don't go so hungry. There's just so many choices. So make sure that throughout the day you do eat your breakfast, your lunch, and have maybe a little snack. And if it's a just hors d'oeuvres and drinking party, then go absolutely fed. And that way you're not going to go for the cookies and the cakes and all the weird foods that are going to make you feel lousy within an hour or two.
It is true. And I think sometimes we I'm just talking about me. I will be like, well, I'm going to be having a meal tonight, so there's a party. I won't have anything to eat all day long. And then, but what ends up happening is what you're saying, and it's true, is you end up way overeating because you're hungry.
You ruin the rest of your night, whether it's, sitting down, watching a movie, chatting with friends, or trying to sleep. Your belly's too full, you're uncomfortable, you wish you didn't, and you start going back through all the things that you shouldn't have eaten. That's just one of the first ones. The second one is there's always drinking involved. And if you're, going to drink, one, pick the alcohol that works best for you. Don't mix a whole bunch of things because they've got it out there. And in between, have a full glass of water. But when you do that, I think what happens with people is it's not like peer pressure with alcohol. It's holding something while you're talking. So whether you put a little bubbly water with some, lemon and lime in it, when you're sipping something like that, you do feel like you're participating. Even your brain is sort of fooled by it. So try to switch back and forth.
Kind of like a smoker trying to quit smoking and they'll hold a carrot stick.
Straw, toothpick,
that sort of thing. All right,
and what you're saying is not, when you say don't show up with an empty stomach, that doesn't mean hit the drive-through on the way to the party so you feel less full.
Right, you just be normal. I guess.
Eat sensibly throughout the day, and the other thing is we really don't break down our food the way that we're supposed to. I've been doctoring for 34 years, and we don't make the amount of digestive enzymes that we're supposed to. This is our food, our water, our soil, how we process things. So we're not getting the nutrition from our meals. So secondary to eating and tasting things, the first thing actually really is the fact that you're getting nutrition from that meal. That's how you stay healthy. That's how you regain your health. So when you're eating a meal, pretty much any time of the year, but if you can make these choices, choose the protein first. It's the most complicated. It's the most needed. It's the best for you. And you want to just put that into your belly and let the system go, oh, this is protein. We can break this down. Next, have vegetables. And then third, you have maybe not as much room for the carbohydrates, which you really don't need anyhow.
Right. Yeah, that turns right into sugar, right? The carbs.
Yes, and it's just our carbs here in this country, all of our grains have been altered, and this is why so many people have all these gluten sensitivities. Is we have so much Roundup in our grains that we're just toxic and toxic to ourselves.
You mean Roundup like the pesticide or whatever?
Yeah, the glyphosate is in pretty much everything that we make, and that we grow, and even the organic is still getting blowover, stuff from the other fields. So this is why when people say they travel to Italy and France, they feel so much better eating the bread, is they aren't allowed to do that.
I read a thing over the weekend that you're better off eating natural, homemade sourdough bread. That it's better for you and it actually helps your digestive system.
I'd have to agree if you get that flour from Italy.
Oh, okay.
Again, because her concern is the chemicals that we treat our grains with.
Yeah.
That's right. And, one of the things that I've seen over the years, and sort of my secret trick, because I've treated so much chronic problems that, sort of end all when they come into my office, is I give high-quality digestive enzymes. And it sounds so simple, but it's nothing that people really understand widely. But what it does is it breaks down all your food. So if you are eating well and you want more nutrition, take digestive enzymes. The one I use is called Absorbate. If you're a bad eater and don't want to change it, then take digestive enzymes because it will help you break down those toxins and get some of the nutrients out of the inadequate food that you're eating. You can take it on an empty stomach, and you can have handle inflammation, poisons, toxins, and go to bed taking that.
We're speaking with Dr. Julie Gatza. She is a food nutritionist. Her family owns a wheat manufacturing plant in Italy. And I'm kidding. That's not true. But you're right. There is the foods are more pure there, and a lot of times they're using the seasonal ingredients for their foods that are available, that are being grown at that time, where we don't do that.
That's right. Yeah, when I went there and I had a salad, I looked at it and I'm thinking, why is this so delicious? It had a tomato and dressing on it, and I finally realized that the lettuce has flavor. We use lettuce as an avenue to put everything else on because it doesn't have much taste. Well, they have real soil that hasn't been, they have to remineralize their soil. They don't just keep using it. So food has taste. That's where our apples are falling short of taste because we aren't putting the minerals back in.
All right. And then the one thing we'll leave it with is utilizing spices and natural digestive aids. What do you suggest?
Because we have so many ethnicities in this country, when you really take a look at the food, they all brought their own way to aid in getting nutrition from the food. So you have sauerkraut with the Germans, kimchi with the Koreans, ginger with the Japanese. You've got spices with the Latinos, and all these are digestive aids. Here in America, we have pickles, we have peppermint in our water, we have even citrus will help. So all these things are aiding to breaking down the food that we eat. And, if you're not always going to do that, which isn't, the end all, taking digestive enzymes with your meal makes a huge difference in people. If you're suffering with gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, constipation, diarrhea, acid reflux, there's always solutions that want to handle you afterwards, but you can actually avoid having those problems if you take something like the Absorbate.
All right. Very interesting stuff, Dr. Julie. We appreciate the time. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if anyone's interested, they can go on to the website, which is naturesources.com, and they can ask for some free samples or get 20% off their first order. It's really it's worthwhile trying.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great holiday.
Thanks. You as well.
All right. Thanks.
I think there's some sound tips in there for sure. But my mindset, at least at my age anyway, maybe this will change as I get older, I'm all in. Like Friday night, we were at the 100th anniversary gala.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many crackers with that cream cheese and crab on it. That was delicious.
That
I must
was
have
really
ate
good,
40
wasn't it?
stuffed mushrooms. No, not really. Probably 25.
The mushrooms were good, too. I like that.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I should have stopped right there, but then we had food afterwards.
Yeah.
And that always...
And when I go to my mother's for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, all the sweets, everything she makes, I'm consuming it. I
Well-
only get that stuff once a year.
And that's not bad, right? If you're,
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna
doing it all the time, you got a problem. But
you
I
got to
mean,
cut it out the rest of the time. But if it's the holiday time and you enjoy it, enjoy it.
Yeah, take those treats away at the holidays. That's, especially if you're only having it once a year. Now, I will tell you, leftovers can be a problem because that can go on for a week.
Yes.
And you'll enjoy it to the point where you don't anymore. You know how brutal Central New York winters can be? We have some of that brutal feel right now with the cold. The heat leaking out of your home, the furnace working overtime. If your windows just aren't cutting it anymore, now is the time to upgrade at New York Sash. Right now they're running buy two, get one free. The buy two New York Sash windows, get one free sale is underway. It's their best deal that makes it easier and more affordable to finally replace those old, cold, inefficient windows. And these are just the windows. New York Sash installs premium, energy-efficient vinyl windows built for our climate, professionally installed so they glide smoothly, easy to clean, comfortable all year long. You can see them at their showroom on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, or go online at newyorksash.com to schedule a free no-pressure quote. And it's buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 10, get 5 free. Buy 20, get 10 free. There's no list. New York Sash, let their family take care of your family.
No limit is what you meant. I was pointing at you, and you said there's no list.
There's no
and
list.
I distracted you with my hand gestures.
There's no limit
to the savings.
To the savings.
So coming up, we've got a comment that we've got to get into. It's about road conditions. Bill and I talked about it a couple weeks ago, and other people have brought it up. And also, there's a follow-up to the Dave Portnoy audio that we played earlier.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, Matt, for sharing that with us, and we'll discuss that. Plus, the sheriff is in.
We'll do all of this coming up. Stand by. It's 8:34 WIBX.
Being prepared for winter weather starts with New Holland. From large snow removal jobs to clearing driveways, New Holland has the equipment to stay one step ahead. Overcome winter's toughest conditions faster, cleaner, and safer with the New Holland lineup of skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, compact wheel loaders, and compact utility tractors. The year-end celebration is going on now. Visit Clinton Tractor today and get equipped for winter.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
Firestone Winter Force tires are designed to deliver impressive handling on snow, ice, and in wet weather conditions. Whether you have a coupe, sedan, wagon, or minivan, Winter Force tires let you drive with confidence, and you still get the comfortable driving experience you've come to expect from Firestone. Winter, you've met your match. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Available at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com.
The holiday season has arrived, and the Old Wicker Mill is your one-stop shop for all your gift-giving needs. We now have 2 great locations with thousands of products to help make your holiday shopping easier and more convenient. The Old Wicker Mill has something for everyone, from babies all the way up to great-grandparents. So stop by and visit us in the New Hartford Shopping Center or in the North Utica Shopping Center at 50 Howard Ave. Take it away, Mom.
That's the Old Wicker Mill, where everything we carry is fun, functional, and affordable.
82 million Americans rely on AM radio for news, sports, talk, and emergency alerts. But unless Congress acts now, AM could disappear from new cars. Tell lawmakers AM radio matters to you. Text AM to 39179 and urge Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act before it's too late.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
This station is brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Visit johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more info.
Up to 9 degrees in Utica and 3 degrees in Rome. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:37. Famed Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle are both dead. Their bodies found inside their home in Los Angeles' Brentwood neighborhood on Sunday, the apparent victims of a stabbing. Reiner's credits through the years include everything from The Princess Bride to When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, Misery, The Wolf of Wall Street, and Stand By Me. New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani is condemning the terror attack on an Australian Hanukkah celebration. At least 15 people were killed yesterday at a popular Sydney beach when two gunmen opened fire. Dozens were left wounded. Mamdani says he mourns the victims and promised he would keep Jewish New Yorkers safe. Police still searching for the gunman who killed at least 2 students and wounded 9 more at Brown University in Rhode Island on Saturday. The investigation continues after police released a person of interest from custody. The Rhode Island Attorney General says he's confident the case will soon be solved. The Trump administration has until Friday to release the so-called Jeffrey Epstein files. The deadline was set under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, passed by Congress last month to make public the records of the late sex criminal who allegedly trafficked in underage girls. John Cena exiting the ring once and for all. The 17-time WWE champion fought his last battle on Saturday night. The 48-year-old recently signed a 5-year deal to be a WWE ambassador and plans to continue his acting career. And tonight's Powerball drawing is worth more than $1 billion. No one matched all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing, so the already massive jackpot has grown again. Now stands at $1.1 billion. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:39. Looking for a warm-up into the mid to upper 40s by the end of the week, but dealing with some very cold weather right now.
Advisories and lake effect snow warnings are west and north, and they will expire. Some of them not until tomorrow afternoon, especially in Lewis County and parts of Jefferson County. So in the snow belts where most of the heaviest snow will be today, maybe a few snow showers here. Mid-20s, so cold day. Overnight tonight, some snow showers and dropping down to about 10. Obviously, the North Country will be colder. Partial sun, upper 20s tomorrow. We get past freezing, maybe 40 Wednesday with a chance of rain showers. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Again, it is 9 in Utica, 3 in Rome, also 8 in Herkimer at 8:40.
Matt in Holland Patton says, did you see the follow-up post to Portnoy after talking about how the Patriots were crushing and eliminating the Bills, how he did a follow-up?
Well, he did. He called himself an a-hole.
Yeah.
And he recognizes that he jinxed his he jinxed his team. And as a matter of fact, I'm sure Bills fans will enjoy this. If you go check him out on Twitter, he put up a secondary video as the team couldn't move the ball in the second half. And he looks like he's about to cry. He's shocked.
Could not. And all of a sudden, the defense was doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the celebration was a bit bit out of control. Although the jinx thing, do we really believe in that? Do we really believe in the jinx thing? It's funny because yesterday my wife's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna lose this game," and I said, "Why did you say that? You just jinxed us." And she's like, "Do you really believe in that?" No. So nonetheless,
I do have to say
I am wearing the same socks I wear every game. I mean, I don't believe in that stuff, but just in case.
The fate of the Green Bay Packers, however, does lie in whether or not Andrew is sitting in his recliner watching the show.
Right. You may be right. All right, quick break. We'll talk with Sheriff Rob Machel next at WIBX.
Utica and the Mohawk Valley, Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. We are upstate New York's largest specialty retail bedding store chain, and we have New York State's largest selection of mattresses. Listen to this. Save up to $1,350 on names like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, Purple, Puffy, the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, Posh and Lavish, Therapeutic, Simmons Beauty Rest, Black, Serta, Eye Comfort, Avocado, and more. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. No credit check payment plans available in a large selection of spa-grade massage chairs. With our guaranteed lowest price program, we beat any local advertised price on a mattress we carry. 3 stores to serve you in New Hartford on Commercial Drive next to Pet Supplies Plus, in Oneida in the Glenwood Plaza by the movie theaters, and a new store in Rome on Black River Boulevard in the Black River Plaza. Call 1-800-NEW-BEDS or go to mattressexpressny.com.
Looking to slide into savings with a reliable ride without the brand new price tag? Then it's time to bundle up the deals at Steep Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. Check out their Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles, perfect for winter adventures, from holiday road trips to frosty morning commutes. Each vehicle is backed by a certified warranty and low financing options. Right now, qualified buyers can lock in chilly cool rates as low as 3.9% for 36 months on select Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles like Chevrolet Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, and Traverse. You'll drive away warm, confident in a Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicle. Don't wait. These winter savings will melt away soon. Head to Steep Ponte Chevrolet, where it's always easy to do business. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Visit them on State Route 28 in Herkimer or at steeppontechevy.com. Customers must qualify for top-tier financing with GM Financial. All taxes and fees due on delivery. Must take delivery by December 31st. Customer must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial. See salesperson for details.
History shows that every market fails, every currency collapses, and today, the dollar is shrinking. Trillions in national debt, record high markets defying gravity, but stocks can't go up forever. Meanwhile, groceries, housing, and transportation costs are rising, and your dollar, it buys less every day. So when the crash hits, your stocks won't save you, dollars won't either, but one thing will: gold. Gold has always survived. That's why central banks are buying gold by the ton and billionaires are stocking up. And every day, Americans are protecting their savings and retirement with physical gold. Don't wait for the headlines. When the panic starts, it's too late. Call Lear Capital now at 800-957-GOLD to get your free gold investment kit and protect your wealth with real physical gold. With over $8 billion in trusted transactions and thousands of 5-star reviews, Lear is your trusted source. Call now and also get up to $15,000 in bonus gold with a qualified purchase. Call 800-957-GOLD. That's 800-957-4653.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
In studio right now is Sheriff Rob Mashel. And Sheriff, good morning. I got to get your mic up. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, we have a camera that's down, so I have no shot on you, but we do have an amazing shot of this enormous tractor that's being auctioned off. Sheriff Mashel, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this is a New Holland T8. If this was the real tractor, it'd be somewhere, there's different models in that series, somewhere between 200 and 400 horsepower, the real deal. It's a heavy duty tractor, but this one is for kids. Should be around at least 3 years old to operate this thing. It's a tractor and a wagon. It's got FM radio, 2 forward speeds, 1 reverse. It's got off-road tires. It's got an adjustable seat and a dump wagon. So whoever ends up with this can follow whoever out in their yard in the springtime doing yard work.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome gift for someone. Each year, the Sheriff's Office, our foundation, and Clinton Tractor, our friends at Clinton Tractor, John Caladona, they donate 2 of these to us, and we purchase 1, and we make sure that all 3 land in a good place. And this one here, we're donating to you guys to hold an auction, and we'll have 100% of the proceeds that gets raised from this to go to Toys for Tots. So
I love it.
Just a great thing, and hopefully, I'm going to start the bids off today at $225.
Okay.
$225.
Right.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And hopefully we can get it a lot higher.
All right, so we'll start at $225.
Yes, sir.
And the goal will be to go to, I mean, the thing's probably worth, what, $25,000, $30,000?
Yeah. In the real world, probably about $200,000.
Something, yeah.
So, but retail value's around $400.
Nice. But listen, this is for charity. It goes to every penny.
Absolutely.
They're able to, at Toys for Tots, they're able to buy at a lower price, buying their toys. So it actually is more beneficial to give cash than it is to actually give toys.
So am I going to win this year? Because obviously we have a contest every year from Utica Mac next door, but I don't know. Where's the truck?
Davey, you got to book Tom. See what he wants to do, all right?
Because we have a friendly bet every time, and he's beating me every year. So.
Tom had said that they are this year, and I don't know if it's because of the tariff world we're in or what's going on, but they're having a hard time finding one of their Mack trucks.
Well, we put the order in early, but if you can see right on the front of this is made in the United States of America.
It is.
We didn't have to. There's a nice big American flag right there.
I see that.
There were no tariffs on this product coming in. So.
All right, and so you said $225.
$225.
All right, that's where the bid starts. So if you want to put a bid on this thing, 315-736-0186. And as we said, it all goes to a great cause, to the Marines, Toys for Tots. Any issues from over the weekend? You guys have been, this month you've been...
It's been extremely busy. Between accidents, fatal fires, domestic disputes, working on a missing person. I know you read that earlier this morning, and it's been in your news, looking for any help to help this family with locating a loved one of theirs. This week, we're gearing up. Later this week, we're going to be kicking off snowmobile season with our annual press conference. Once again, I mean, last year was probably the best snowmobiling year we have had in Oneida County in a long time. And as you know, we have over 650 miles of groomed snowmobile trails. But this Thursday, and we'll be getting that invite out, we'll be doing our annual snowmobile press conference. And again, just a couple, it's two-pronged, education on snowmobile safety, and then also to push the tourism, the positive stuff that comes out of snowmobiling here in Oneida County. It's an awesome trail system, and so we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we have a good snowmobile season. Unfortunately, we do have folks each year, whether we're talking snowmobiles or boats, that do foolish things and something ends up happening.
All right. And you, a lot of times we have people that come up from places where they don't get snow.
We do.
New Jersey, downstate, and that can be difficult because they're not used to it.
And that's where we get a lot of our complaints from. We talk about the 650 miles of trails. Most of them are on privately owned property.
Mm-hmm.
And these folks let the snowmobile clubs use their land at no charge. But unfortunately, we get complaints from those owners. And we want to try to keep them as happy as we can, because without the landowners, there would be no trail system. Biggest complaints, speeding, modified exhausts. People get these snowmobiles and they, for some reason, want them to sound like these high-pitched.
Really?
Oh, it's intense. I mean, our farm is adjacent to the Penn Mountain Trail, and it's incredible how that noise carries. It's amazing. And then the last thing, people will stop on the trails and, have a few drinks or eat, and they leave a lot of their debris behind and garbage behind. Those are the things we really want to avoid, because in staying on trails is probably the most important. There's a lot of farmers that have crops, winter crop underneath that snow, so the trails are clearly marked no matter where you are, and you just got to stay on those trails. But those are all things we'll be talking about a little bit later this week. So.
One of the things, when you go off the trail, you just don't know what you're going to come across. Because we've had so much snow, you may have a fence, barbed wire fence that is below the snow line.
And that does not end well when someone drives through a barbed wire fence with a snowmobile. It doesn't break. And it causes a lot of damage.
Yeah.
To the machine and to the person on the machine.
So
stay on the trail.
Be careful.
Stay on the trails.
And you mentioned this with I can understand somebody might pack a cooler, right? But, I mean, you're leaving, soda bottles or water bottles or beer bottles or wrappers from foods. I have some respect. As you said, Sheriff, the trail system would not exist if not for the private landowners who allow them to come on their property.
Exactly. In a lot of these snowmobiles, if not all of them, they come out of the crate able to do triple digits on speed. And many of the snowmobilers are weekend warriors. They're not familiar with our weather, our climate, and the icy conditions sometimes on the trails. Going through the woods, high speed on curves with ice. If you don't know what you're doing, that ends up in tragedy, and it happens all the time.
Davey, you look like you want to say something. What you're giving me hand motions.
Update on the tractor auction: $400.
Whoa!
Right.
Wow!
That jumped quick.
That is awesome.
I'm wondering, how was I supposed to know that with you flashing the hand? I don't know how.
He didn't want to tell you. He just wanted you to turn his mic on.
Who went to $400?
My brother-in-law.
Wow. Nice. Thank you, man.
That is awesome. Thank you, man.
You're the man,
That's incredible.
That's really, really nice.
Awesome.
And then, Sheriff, you brought along a little something here.
Yes, just
there's a photo already out there of us.
I saw that. Yeah. But I was unable to be here on the actual 100th anniversary when you were doing some broadcasting. But just a certificate of recognition from the Sheriff's Office, recognizing the 100 years of WIBX, one of the oldest radio stations in the country, for its enduring dedication to the Mohawk Valley and Central New York. Since 1925, WIBX has been a trusted source of news, talk, and public service, connecting generations through its commitment to truth, local voices, and civic engagement. Your century-long legacy of broadcasting excellence continues to enrich and inform our community. On behalf of the United County Sheriff's Office.
Very nice. So thank you so much.
Thank you for all that you do. And actually, when I was being interviewed the other night at the gala, I do remember when I was working for my uncle on the farm back in I was probably in my early teens, listening to the ag reports in the morning in the barn, and that was coming off of WIBX.
Yep.
So
that was Ed Sluzarczyk
Yes.
was one of those. Jerry Reed,
Tom Yorchak.
Tom Yorchak as well, and then going way back even further, this radio station has played a big role in agriculture as well as city life as well in Utica, Rome, and the Mohawk Valley.
But thank you for all you do. I mean, again, whether it's helping us find a missing person, whether it's getting information out to the public, and certainly in your show here in the morning talking about topics that are important to the listeners, you guys do a great job.
I did get some criticism because were you around? You weren't around for the toast.
I was not.
Because I said in the toast, I said, I don't know what's going to happen going forward, but we've made it to 100. So I don't know that I was supposed to say it that way. But I do think we, the people that work here, the sales people, all of the people behind the scenes, it really is incredible how they keep the ball rolling here.
Yes, I want to specifically mention Amy, Amanda, Kate, Elaine, and Smitty. Who do we thank for the Regan for our tuxedos? I was going to, Smitty looked sharp as can be. I know he wanted to really thank Regan specifically.
And Jen, too.
And yes, Jen as well. Thank you so much because our sales team is outstanding, and we wouldn't probably be here without their support. I also want to thank Mary Jo Beach, who was part of our celebration, Karen Carey, Tracy Pacenti, and Mary Beth. So seriously, we wouldn't be able to have what we have if it wasn't for them.
Mayor, the second award that you have, the plaque that you have here, you are going to present to the best dressed from Friday night. And it turns out the winner of best dressed is our man, Davey.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He looked pretty sharp. I thought he'd have it on again today, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he wore it in, and we're like, Davey, we have to take that back today, so you're going to have to dress into your Bills gear, which he has. So.
My wife, when we were driving over there, because we had multiple commitments that night, and she read the invitation on my phone, and it said "dress to impress," and she looked at me and said, "What does this mean? You didn't tell me this part."
Well,
I'm like, "Well, we're on our way to a Farm Bureau banquet, so I'm really not going to wear a tuxedo to the Farm Bureau banquet."
If you're on the way to the Farm Bureau banquet, and it says "dress to impress." That means something completely different.
That is correct.
I mean, if you're in the racing world, like car racing, and you're told dress to impress, that might mean you're wearing a jumpsuit of some sort. I don't know. So I don't know what that. I had more people say, "What does dress to impress mean?" I'm like,
well, Davey definitely impressed everybody.
Yes, he did.
He went all in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, there he's got it. It's his screenshot on his phone right now. Show the world, Davey. Show the world. Yeah.
I think even Smitty today with his Bills hat and his Bills scarf, little NFL GQ vibe going on there,
All
Smitty.
Right, Sheriff, right now we're at $400.
That's impressive.
On this.
I don't think it's ever happened that quick.
That
was quick.
That
Thank
is
you, Matt.
really cool. Thank
Boom.
you very much, Matt.
And it is a cool. It's a cool New Holland.
You could use that
tractor,
out in the yard, Bill.
I believe me, that might be how I get back and forth to work when it's snowing. You know. I don't know how long the electric will work, but
I don't think it weighs enough to trigger the red light to green.
Probably
at the
not.
intersection
That is for sure. But you know that works, right? I mean, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I did find out though that the trick is not as much the white line in the front. The trick is you want it to seem as if, this is what I was told over the weekend. You stop back one car length back first. Then you go up and stop again, and that trigger makes it seem as if there are two vehicles there.
I've never really given it that much thought.
Oh, I have. But I don't want to break the law and go through the light.
So lights have changed a lot over the years. When I first came on the police job, and I start my 37th year next Wednesday, actually, or this Wednesday.
Wow.
And,
Congratulations.
Yep. And I worked midnights in New York Mills back then. I started. And the traffic light over by Happanowitz and the one at Main and Campbell, very old lights. They cycled. They were timed at the time. They're all modern now.
Yeah.
But one of my jobs on midnights in the wintertime, we had to watch the traffic box because there was a light bulb inside that generated heat to keep the gears turning. And if it got too cold, if the light bulb blew out, the gears would freeze up and the light would stop working. So my job was to make sure that light bulb was lit all the time at night to keep heat inside the traffic box. It's amazing how times have changed.
It has, yeah.
I'll tell you what, that light near Happanowitz, though, if you're coming from Shenango Road there, it is still a little, you got to sit and wait.
Yes, you do.
Smoke a whole cigarette sitting there.
All right, Sheriff, thank you for the donation. We appreciate it tremendously. Thank you.
And then just quickly, Big Honey says, we've been waiting for him to chime in all day. He said, if that Bills game doesn't prove the NFL is rigged and set up like the WWE, I don't know what would prove it to you.
And that's where we're going with this? Come on.
Come on, honey.
Come on. River Hills Properties continues to invest in upstate New York. They are all about service. You know, if you're listening with River Hills, it's all about the services that they provide from the very beginning when you decide you're selling the home till the closing at the very, very end. They are with you, never using the lockbox. Your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. There's the book with dozens of pages on everything there is to know about the home. It's River Hills. They have offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Utica, Copenhagen, Newport, coming soon to the city of Rome. And, of course, for the snowbirds, if you're thinking about Sarasota, getting away from the winters up here, they have offices on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Sarasota, Naples, and Marco Island. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. So one more. Do you have the good feet story? A good feet story? Many do. In fact, we had Steve Spurbeck in here a month ago who said he went to the Good Feet store, uses the inserts, and it changed his life when it came to pain. It's amazing what it can do. There's a free, no-obligation personalized fitting, a free fitting and test walk without an appointment needed. Everything is made in the USA. They're strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers that go into your shoes, or you'll get shoes there as well. You can do that as well. It's called the Good Feet Store. No appointment needed. 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. That's it for us. We're back here tomorrow morning. The bid could go higher on that. It's at $400 on the New Holland right now. Thank you, Sheriff Machel. Kilmeade is coming up next.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
This is a Fox News alert. A Hollywood legend is dead, and there's a murder investigation. I'm Dave Anthony. Rob Reiner and his wife were found stabbed to death in their home in Los Angeles.
We expect and hope to hear a lot more information from the LAPD later this morning. As yet, they have not even confirmed the identities of the two people they found dead in the home owned by Rob Reiner here in the Brentwood area of Los Angeles. It was left to Reiner's family to confirm that those killed were indeed the legendary director and his wife, Michelle.
That's Fox's Jonathan Hunt. There are reports that Reiner's son, Nick, is a person of